And we're live.
Hello, friends.
Oh, shit.
Welcome to the Beyond the Bench podcast, episode 57, the podcast about everything and absolutely nothing. With Leo, Justin, special guest in the house. Actually, well, me, but special guest in the house tonight, Mr. Oliver Giovanni Martins.
Hello.
AKA,
Ollie J.
no, Edgar in reality.
Edgar.
Edgar the murderer.
Edgar the because of the...
Edgar
I was the murderer.
murderer.
I was the murderer.
Edgar the
You
murderer.
silly goose.
What are we today? November
5th. It's my
November 5th.
birthday.
Happy fucking birthday, dude. Cheers to
We're
Ollie's
taking
birthday.
shots.
Hold on, hold on,
Actually, no,
hold on.
let's take a shot. Let's take a shot for his birthday. Let's take a shot.
Shot.
Where's the bottle? Oh, there it is.
That's
I got it right here, boys and girls.
This podcast just got a bit more RDP. I don't know why.
shit.
I feel like it got more
Fucking
RDP
man.
with Ollie here.
Just driving here was real nice. I haven't been to RDP in a while, and
Yeah.
Sucks.
fucking gorgeous, man.
You say that to me every time you come down. You're like, man, you know, like when you come down, it's like it's like a vacation almost,
Yeah.
you know.
Bro, the worst vacation in the world. This place
I really
sucks.
want to go to the Seven Wonders of RDP.
Yeah, we'll take you on a tour.
Yeah.
We're having a tour.
I would love that tour.
Have you seen our pamphlet?
Yeah,
Dude,
we
you should actually give a real tour. Just
We made a pamphlet though, like a real one.
I sort of got with like words
It still
describing
hasn't
it.
been printed.
We never actually
Yeah.
released it,
It
but
still
it's,
hasn't
it's
been
fully,
printed.
it's fully
Yeah,
made.
it's classic
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, like my sister helped us make the design. Cheers.
Classic. All right,
No.
guys, cheers. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
she helped us. Yeah. It's not
Cheers.
I
normal.
still have
Take a
the
shot.
same.
No, she helped. She didn't. I told you
So
she made
I
a
never
new one.
got your sister's.
Cheers,
Cheers,
guys.
boys.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
everybody.
man.
Thanks for having me.
everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers to this, the officially unofficial sponsor of the podcast, Jameson Caskmate.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, also known now as the Jameson Stout Edition. Just before we get into the podcast, I would be remiss if I didn't.
You're already starting with words like that. I don't even do that. I never heard him say words like remiss in my life.
You don't
But
remiss.
He
then-
keeps
but
them
then-
for the pod,
No,
bro.
he does keep them for the podcast.
Yeah,
Because
I
he only
write them
does this
down.
for the podcast.
What do you mean? I speak
got
like
it,
this
man.
all the time.
No, you
dude.
don't.
I
You
always
gotta.
speak like
Bro,
this.
you talk like a hillbilly half the time. Hey guys, you wanna come over?
You're remiss.
As soon as we started recording, everyone transformed. So fuck
Your
all you
voice is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up, but his
He's used
voice.
to-
guys. Dude,
he's-
okay. I've been told I have like a radio voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
you do.
I have a voice for like doing this kind of shit.
Well, you guys.
He does, though. He does. I agree.
We have our new competition.
Yeah.
He's
He's
gonna
gonna
start his own
replace-
podcast.
He's gonna
and-
replace Leo when
Yeah,
Leo's
he's
gone.
replacing Leo on the low.
Yeah.
I started one, but I was like, nah, fuck it. I don't know, man. I just
Did you record yourself?
yeah.
And
It was hard because it was just myself, you know.
yeah,
And like that's a whole different thing.
I
when
always
you're
feel
just
like it's
by
hard when
yourself.
you're alone. You have to like just
Yeah.
talk by yourself.
you gotta be Bill Burr or like something
Yeah.
else.
You
gotta
have
be
to just complain a lot. That's
have to
how
be a
you could.
psychopath.
That's how you could maintain like.
That's it. I watched myself back. I'm like, I am a psychopath.
That's literally what it is, though. You have to be able to just kind of like riff off yourself.
Yeah. But the one he had put on the Instagram,
We're recording,
It's the same
Yeah,
one.
yeah, we're recording.
The one he put on your Instagram was good.
Oh, dude,
I liked
was
it. I was
fucking
fucking dying of
dying.
laughter.
Which one was this? I didn't see
I don't know.
it.
He was like imitating, not like that classic like Lamborghini guy on like YouTube
Yeah.
ads.
Oh yeah,
He was
yeah.
imitating a guy kind of like that. Knowledge, power. What was it again?
Yeah, it was like the guy who did like that famous YouTube ad that like kind of went viral. It was
Yeah.
an ad that went
He looks
viral,
Hawaiian.
Yeah. It's
and
like.
he ended up becoming this like.
Is his name like Taz or something?
But what's that
Yeah,
famous line
like
that he always
I
says?
feel like
You
his
know
name
what's
would-
better
Tao
than?
or something like that, right? Yeah, he's a douche.
Yeah, he's a huge dude.
Yeah.
95% of people think that wealth comes in the form of money, but I'm here to tell you something.
Yeah.
It comes in the form of knowledge, and he's just there in his garage with like three
Yeah,
cars that
yeah.
probably aren't even his.
What is it? Knowledge is what?
Knowledge is power, or some shit like that.
Yeah. What did he say?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Something about knowledge.
Something about knowledge.
He
Something about knowledge.
he imitated like the first part of it, and then he went on to like kind of riff on his own, I think, right? And he was just
He's
like,
oh, I'm just in my garage. Just got my brand new Lamborghini here, but you know what's even more impressive than
I read 100 books in the last 3
knowledge.
days.
knowledge.
knowledge. And he's just like, if you guys want to get into some real money, get into stocks. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, day trading. And he just pulls out a bong, dude, from like nowhere. He's like, stocks are the way to go for money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you. Nice.
yeah. yeah.
If you want to make money, just invest in stocks.
Yeah.
I was fucking dying, man. It was
Yeah,
so
man.
good.
That's jokes.
Stocks are cool, man.
For anyone that wants to see, what's your Instagram?
Ollie J Martins.
There you go.
Maybe.
2 L's, 1 J, 1
Yeah.
M, 1 A, 1 R, 1 T, 1 I, 1 N.
All of that is
1 S.
accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could bring an Ollie, but you can't bring a Leo.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what that means.
Well, you're gonna find out.
That's what
We
we're
could
gonna
play a
we're
bit
gonna
of
find
it.
out
No,
tonight.
it's too twisted. But we could. Like that one actually worked, right?
Of course.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
no! I know that. Yeah, no.
Green
I'm
glass
not-
door.
Yeah, I'm
Green
not doing
glass
that.
door. Yeah, we're
I'm
not.
not doing
this?
It's like
What is
it's a game. It's called the green glass door. So I can be like, yeah, I can bring an Aldi, but I can't bring a Leo.
I just realized right now why it's called the green glass door.
Yeah,
There
don't
you
say
go.
don't say anything. though.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna slip them in throughout the podcast,
Yeah.
and then at the end we're gonna explain what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
I just realized why it's called green glass door.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell people what it is. I want them to figure it out.
Yeah, me too.
Remember in high school the game?
No.
I wonder
The
if-
rapper.
No, not the. No, like there was a thing like it was the game, and
Oh
you,
shit!
you
I
lose.
feel like I remember this.
There was
actually.
a thing. It was such a stoner thing. I wonder if this was in other high schools. It was like it was a thing where like you'd go up to someone and be like the game, and the game is you're only winning the game when you're not thinking about it. As soon as you think about the game, you lost the game. So it's like you go up to someone and you're like, "Yo, Justin," and you just turn around, you're like the game, and you're like, "Fuck, fuck."
That is the most high school boy thing I've
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
heard. in
So
my
right.
life.
It's like that's the equivalent of the elementary school, whatever the fuck this
Yeah.
was, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
So you
Yeah.
only lose the game, or you're only thinking about the game when you're reminded of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But like it could stay with you for a while.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
So you're still
forever. Like I'll call you in 40 years, be like,
The game. Yeah, exactly. It's
So
com-
in
it's-
that moment, you lost already because you were
yeah,
thinking about
like
it.
right now we all lost.
So only losers can make losers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if
a winner
lose,
can't make a loser because the winner has no idea he's
exactly.
Only losers can make losers.
winning. Yeah.
This is wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
In
Yeah.
reality, it's like if I lose, I'm taking you all down with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the whole concept of the game. It's like if
Mm.
I lose,
Very
you're
selfless.
all
It shows your true character.
Very selfless.
That's what it does.
But what if people don't admit that they thought of the game?
The thing is, if I tell you now the game, like it's out there, like you're gonna think about it.
Mhm.
If you tell me I'm not thinking
You
about
can't
it, well,
not
I,
think
I know
about
you're
the
lying.
game.
That's the
because
whole
you're-
point.
You're saying it out loud. Doesn't really make sense, you know.
As long as I keep bringing it up to you, you're losing.
If one person knows, everybody loses. You know what I mean?
So you
Because
just
he's
gotta
gonna bring it up.
The best way to do it is like go on a microphone like in the middle of class and just fucking scream the
Like
game.
the
game,
principal.
yeah.
Yeah, like on the PA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game.
I always
Done.
wanted to do that in high school. That was like my dream is to get on
Yeah.
the fucking PA system.
We did too many things in high school. I think for our own high school, like it was for our own good.
We had
man.
a fucking blast, man.
That was a moment in history. I don't think
Honestly, like
Like,
yeah.
like that doesn't happen anymore. Like
No, zero.
Do you
I don't
think it
hear
doesn't
s-
happen because
that-
we don't like see it, or you think it doesn't happen?
A little
because it
bit.
doesn't happen?
I think a bit. I mean,
still-
well,
still
like
see
think
kids
about
chilling.
LDV. Like we were like so many people crowded in a park, and you go there. I'm
Hundreds,
sure
yeah. Like I would
we-
say
it
easily
could be
100.
though. Like the new kids that are growing up now don't live in RDP because we grew up in RDP, so we're like older.
Or they're
It's like,
also,
it's like my trick or treating theory. It's the same concept.
exactly.
but they're also more on their phones too. You know,
Yeah.
less.
Yeah,
like
I'm not
you
sure
know.
what it is.
Kids are not chilling behind desks anymore. Now they're all like doing TikToks and shit. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kids are doing like fucking cocaine and shit now at like 14.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy shit's going down.
You just took out the
Yeah.
mic off your stand.
Yeah, no, I never do this. I always wanted to do
Nice.
this, like kind of like laid
It's a
back.
good. It's a good.
It's a vibe.
That's actually. Oh fuck! That wasn't even me.
None of that, man. Come on.
That wasn't even me on that one.
Too bad. So sad.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore, man. Kids are like fucking like 13-year-old girls are giving like blowies in the bathroom and
Jesus.
in like a fucking porta potty now.
Well, lucky
Mm.
13-year-olds.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have younger cousins and I talk to them and it's just like, or whatever. Well, younger cousins, like people that are younger that I know that are kind of like family, and it's just like it's completely different. Actually, I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
I have cousins who were living in Wisconsin for a while, and
Mhm.
Hello, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
actually, no, wait. Before I said that, I just want to say my earlier. Whatever. I had a joke to say. The joke's that doesn't matter. What I wanted to say earlier.
Jesus.
What I wanted to say earlier was I would be remiss if I didn't mention the television event that everybody's watching, and then I was gonna be like The Bachelor, but everybody knows it's the election. But anyway, point being, I have cousins that came from Wisconsin, and I wanted to ask you because you came to our high school in Sec 3, right?
It was like yes.
It's actually
Sec
grade
three
Came
nine.
summer Sec 2.
Summer Sec 3
No,
and then
summer
started Sec
Sec
4.
3. He came here.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
summer Sec 3.
And I think we've spoken about this on the podcast where
Yeah.
it's like it's completely two different cultures.
Well, like his high school was like in the movies, right?
Yeah,
In the States.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so different. Like everything.
Like-
Everything was so different. Like,
Like jocks. And
I mean, well, first of all, like we had uniforms at Pearson. We didn't have uniforms, so there were so many more cliques and you know,
Yeah,
just from
it stands
I
out.
actually agree with uniforms. I think they're pretty sick. You know, like people like kind of make their own style of the uniform slightly. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, but we're all kind of the
Pop
same.
the collar,
you know.
put the white undershirt.
Yeah.
Like our school, there was the jocks. You know, rolling around with their like football jerseys
yeah.
on.
What are they
and,
called?
like,
Those
the Letterman jackets.
The Letterman
The
jackets.
Letterman
the
jackets.
Lettermans,
Yeah.
man. It would like just the culture there about football, and they're like at the top, and like there was only a couple also like black kids in our school, but they were like the coolest, you know, like if they were one of your friends, like it was like fuck yeah, like
Yeah.
he talked to me today, yes, you know?
Yeah, okay, that's like the opposite.
You got the
Yeah.
minority
She was
card.
usually
Yeah, they were just fucking cool, and I was like, oh man, I was just kind of, I guess, just classified and like I don't know. Well, back then, I guess I was an emo a little bit,
You're part of the emo group,
maybe.
the emo squad.
But we were also kind of like cool. Like everybody respected us. Like I don't know. I tried to, you know, like not be.
Was it like us?
Just
like
not be.
in Sec 5, you like you remember how like the whole grade kind of just became one in Pearson?
Oh,
Did
man.
happen? Did that happen also like in the?
There are probably more kids though in the
Dude,
States.
there was such a culture shock like the first day of school. Like it freaked me
Yeah.
out because like there was like a recess where everybody was like outside smoking in front of Pearson. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because Sec 3
The
we
whole
just
school
started.
smokes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about cigs or weed?
Yeah, like cigs. Like,
Weed,
everything,
everything.
really.
That was like a surprise to me the first time I saw that. I was like,
Nobody
everybody's
sm-
smoking.
No one
cigarettes.
smokes in the States.
No, like very rarely. People would like take off and do like a woods or something to go smoke a cigarette. Like it was so like they
We're
actually.
just smoking at the door.
Dude,
that's
in the
what I don't even
States,
care.
they brainwash you so much. And now looking back, I was like, dude, I had to pledge the flag every
Yeah,
morning.
for sure.
I had to stand up, put my hand on my heart, and go, I pledge allegiance to the flag of
That-
the
that
United States of
ingrains in
America
you.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, individual with liberty and justice
Well,
for all.
you remember it too. Nice.
Every
Oh,
yeah,
that's
morning.
of
stuck,
course.
bro.
That
It's
every
ingrained.
single day. Yeah,
everybody
guarantee.
just had to look at the flag and do that.
Did you like
And
stand up in the middle, like your first day of school over here, and people and expect like to do a national anthem, and no one was doing one?
Oh, Canada. That was so fun.
Just see some new kid in school.
Yeah.
First day of school, he gets up. Oh, Canada! Everyone's like,
Sit the fuck down,
"What the
boy.
fuck are you doing?"
Dumb
That's
question, Ollie. Are
crazy,
you
yeah.
are you a dual citizen?
No, I had my green card in the States, which like kind of allows you to work there. And
Yeah.
But
stuff.
you were young.
You was born here though. You're born here.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
born
Yeah.
in Montreal. I moved out there when I was like 3 or 4 or something like that. I moved to New York City.
Ooh.
That was crazy. Like living in Brooklyn, that was really cool, man. Like, I feel like that's where like when you think of the '90s and how cool the '90s were, like over there in Brooklyn, it was like so fucking '90s. Like everybody was like fucking trading
Hey,
Pokemon cards.
oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. It was a sick time. It was just like really cool. I went back like pretty recently to like where I grew up, and it was like everything was like kind of similar, but like different. I hadn't been there in like 15 years. You know, it was like what?
Did you go see your old house?
Yeah,
Pass by in front.
all that stuff. Yeah, it was cool. But it was a cool neighborhood. Now it's like crazy expensive, like to live there.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
insane. There's like skyscrapers now in Brooklyn. It's like Manhattan is expanding
Yeah.
and like going.
Is Brooklyn on the island of Manhattan?
No.
No, it's off.
It's off. Okay.
Yeah.
Manhattan is its own island, right?
Yeah, it's like
No.
Montreal, kind of.
It's like Montreal. Like there's
Yeah.
like Longueuil and all that
Like
shit.
Manhattan is like the, I guess like the Montreal of
Yeah.
the state of New York.
Yeah, and then like Brooklyn would be like Longueuil and like Broussard, and all that
Laval.
shit, Laval.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like New Jersey
But
is
Brooklyn's
also
is part of the boroughs, right? Is one of the 5
Yeah.
boroughs.
Yeah.
New Jersey is like so close to New York, and it's like its own state.
Yeah.
You know, it's as close as like it's as if Laval would be its own province.
But New Jersey's in what state?
Fucked. It's true though.
Yeah, it's true.
New Jersey's in which state?
New Jersey.
It's
the
a
state of
it's
New
a state,
Jersey,
yeah.
and New York's in New York,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like it's one bridge over. So it's like going to Laval, but like going to New
and it's
Jersey.
a new state.
Yeah, like they
Wait,
legalized.
New Jersey's not a state.
Yeah, it is.
The city of New Jersey's in which state?
It's not New Jersey. That's not a state.
Is
You
it
sure?
not?
It's not a state.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's a state. Unless I'm fucking stupid right now, but
That's
I'm
Geography
State.
101 with Beyond the
95% sure
Bench.
it's a state.
Is it? I feel like it is.
No.
I feel like it is a state.
New Jersey is a northeastern U.S. state.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy, you lived in fucking New York, man.
Come on,
New
man.
Jersey's a state.
It's a state.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a state. It's a
And
state, it's
you
a state in New
pledge-
Jersey.
And you
They have
pledged
their own
allegiance
plates.
to the
The
flag.
yellow plates. Oh, no,
You're right, you're
New
right.
York also has their plates.
But
Anyways,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
New York.
you better be sorry.
New York is the state.
They
My
legalized
American
weed
friends
in
are
New
like,
Jersey,
come
by
on,
the way.
Ollie. You
Uh,
don't know that? I'm
they what?
sorry,
They
I
do-
forgot, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
gonna be very, very disappointed in you. Yeah, no, New Jersey legalized weed yesterday.
Oh, did they really?
And
Yeah.
Oregon
Recreational.
decriminalized
And
all
Oregon
drugs.
decriminalized small amounts of all drugs.
See,
It's
Chaz.
just people doing heroin on the streets and shit.
Let's go do heroin legally.
Fuck it. But it's funny that you mentioned that, like the culture shock, because I was saying my cousins came from Wisconsin, and they were saying like, because they're going to Concordia now for university, and they're like, why is there no football games? Why is there no events? Like I went to university, and I didn't partake in anything. I didn't do any like extracurriculars. I feel
like Americans are more like involved in school.
Yeah. I went in, I did my fucking courses, and I got the fuck out. You know what I mean? And for them, it's like they were telling me that like college football games outnumber attendance rate for some actual NFL games.
Dude, they have like hundreds and thousands of people.
It's crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, for college ball, basketball, college ball, and football, they just NCAA is huge.
And my uncle was having supper at my parents' place, and they're like, and he was saying like, I wonder, like, why they don't do that here. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I think it's like you kind of have to build that culture. Like it's kind of like a historical thing. Like it's over time it happins. You know what I mean? Like you can't just come in somewhere and be like, yo, the football team, and because like. You're lucky if you have like 300 people at a football game for like the McGill Rockets or whatever the fuck they're called. You know what I mean?
I feel like it is growing here though. Like when I think about like, you know, the college games that McGill are having and stuff.
I feel like in Toronto it would be like decently like bigger because of the Raptors maybe, so they put more focus
for
on
basketball.
Like,
I mean, whatever. Well, Toronto in general is more Americanized.
But I mean,
yeah,
for sure. Like here, like soccer is like so much bigger. Like. In the States. Like nobody talks about soccer in the States, dude.
That's because
like
we're Italian here, though.
No, but all cultures, like, you know.
No,
but if you go to West Island, I don't think they're big on soccer.
No, but like a lot of like Algerians that live here, Armenians, like the Middle Eastern people, they love soccer. Then they're always parading and shit.
Europe, Middle Eastern, like South
Montreal's
America.
the closest you'll get to Europe in all of North America.
Go to Quebec City, bro.
No, Montreal way more.
No,
in terms of what? The
Europeanness.
Like the architecture?
No,
Quebec City.
I went to Quebec City like 3 weeks, like literally 2 months ago or a month ago.
Oh, I find Quebec
Montreal
City looks way more.
It's just a small old port. That's all Quebec City is. A couple of cannons here and there on display, but it's not that like it's beautiful, man.
A couple
but, like,
of cannons here and there.
It's true though. It's
I
true.
think about cannons too when I think about Quebec City.
Yeah, they're just true. Like, you know.
What are you talking about? Like cannons?
No, like
like
cannons,
an actual cannon.
Like an actual cannon.
Well, I mean,
you can bring a cannon, but you can't bring a joint.
You can bring a cannon, but you can't bring a joint.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's like, he has no idea.
You can bring a street.
You have no idea what we're saying.
You can bring a street, but you can't bring a boardwalk.
You can bring a street, but you can't bring a road.
Yeah.
Definitely can't bring a road.
I feel like I understand it, though.
Okay, try one. You can bring this, but you can't bring that. See if you're right.
Can't bring either this or that, to be honest with you.
You can't bring this or that. No,
I'm too stoned for this.
You can bring weed, but you can't bring marijuana.
Yeah. You can bring weed, but you can't bring the devil's lettuce.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
You can bring the devil's lettuce.
Can you bring the devil's lettuce?
Yeah, well, you can bring lettuce.
You can bring lettuce.
You can bring lettuce. Could you bring the devil's lettuce, though?
Whether or not it belongs to the devil is up in the air.
It's 2 words, eh?
Yeah.
That is enough.
But I think architecturally speaking, Quebec City. Quebec City is less. I mean, because it's smaller, right? So like Montreal has the old port, obviously.
The old port is bigger than like the main part of Quebec City. I find from what I saw.
In like a square footage.
In like square footage. Like I went to Quebec City like 2 months ago for the first time since like grade 5. I remember I was like in elementary school.
I've only been once.
Yeah, and I was surprised of like how disappointed I was, to be honest. Like it's a beautiful city, man. Don't get me wrong, but it's like Montreal is so much nicer.
Like gleaming fucking.
I went in the winter and it was like fucking beautiful. In the winter, it was like a whole other thing.
Maybe it's very festive.
Because they have lights everywhere, like Christmas markets. So I really felt like I was in like Old Town. Fucking, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
They had a Santa Claus there, like on like.
I loved all the sensitivity, man. It's great.
What sensitivity?
Like that you have like about certain things. It's beautiful.
You think so?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I don't know what you're talking about, but
they know what I'm talking about, man.
I hope so. I
I like Justin's gleaming review of Quebec City. I went. Quebec City.
It's kind of
I
garbage.
was really disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a really nice wedding there. That was like a sick place for a wedding for sure.
You were at the
Fairmount.
Yeah.
Yeah, some crazy.
It's like that green hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a castle.
It's fucking
the Fairmounts are always fire.
They have one in
the Fairmount in Charlevoix or Charleroi, whatever it's called. Wow.
Where's that?
It's like maybe 2 hours north of Quebec. Like Quebec is like halfway between
How
Montreal.
did you go do there?
Oh man, no! I was when I had my delivery job like a couple of years ago. Like I had to go bring it. I had to go.
I was on the phone with you
when
you were going there.
Yeah,
because unless you did like a lot of like long roads.
No, bro, it's like a 5-hour drive. I had to go there. I had to drive 5 hours, bring boxes, and drive back.
I could just picture Justin in the car. What the fuck?
No, it was the opposite. It was I love that, man. I
Yeah,
love
that's
that
a
shit.
fucking job for me, bro.
I love that shit. No, I wouldn't do it all the time. With the
Long
fight with my
driving.
boss. Yeah.
I love like if I could choose a career, I'd almost pick cab driver.
No, it's boring. Man.
I don't know. I
If I
feel
could
like
just listen to pods all day and music,
I
like,
love
I'm
driving
down.
alone. Like I did
Yeah.
that. I did 12 hours alone.
Well, I
one
do
day.
that for the most part for work now. Like I drive around and stuff. I like listening to my music.
No, but like, would you drive?
Depends where you're driving.
Would you
man.
drive
Yeah.
to Toronto by yourself from here?
Downtown cab drivers, they're not happy, man. They're always stressed the fuck out. Every time I get in a cab, they're like, fucking,
Yeah,
Because you're downtown.
fucking screaming at
But
something.
I feel like cab drivers don't know how to. Like if you ever see cabs, they're always in like 2 lanes. They're always fucking putting the wrong flasher. They don't know how to drive. I feel.
Dude, Saint Laurent
Really feel.
at like 3 a.m. because when I would finish working at Nesta's, I would drive home at like 4:30, and cabs are like picking up people here and there. A mess. A mess.
For sure.
I'm
Yeah.
driving straight. This guy, no flasher, boom, comes right in front of me, or he goes the other way. I was like, yo, like you have to be so aware at 4:30 a.m. and you're not down because you're exhausted.
The worst is like when you take a cab and they're just like bombing it and you're like scared for your life. You know? You're like
The ones that don't give a shit, man.
This happens.
But this is something that I
I
always
trust them though.
this is
Especially when
something
you're drunk.
trust you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta trust them.
I always bring this up with like Ubers and shit. Like when there was that situation where Uber drivers were, or no, taxi cab drivers were protesting against like Uber becoming a thing.
Cab.
Taxi cab drivers really add syllables to a word that
Really
only has
say
2.
the full word.
Yeah. They were protesting against like Uber and the whole system, and I'm like, it's dumb because realistically speaking, like first of all, if everybody wants to use Uber, like you can't stop people from what they want, and second of all, it's like if you want to be the option that people choose, then you obviously have to give a better service. Stop driving like a fucking maniac. Stop charging. Like stop overcharging. Be more accessible. Like you ever try to get
It's
a cab?
not them though, bro. It's a whole like union.
Well, the whole system.
Yeah, it's
whole
not the
system.
drivers who choose.
I know, but my point is like if you want people to choose your service over somebody else's service, then offer a better service.
Of course, I
Like,
agree with
I
that.
swear to God, I've tried to call taxis when I was younger, and it's like, dude, it's like trying to call Jesus or something.
The taxi service should have done like Uber, created a whole online
yeah,
service.
exactly.
They're late to the game.
And then all that, man.
Yeah.
Like, they're fucking late.
And
They're
like
stupid.
I remember one of their biggest like this is gonna piss Justin off. One of the biggest plights of the of the taxi industry was that like they were arguing that they have to pay all the X amount of money for a license or whatever their certificate to be able to drive the taxi, and Uber drivers don't. So it's like, well, then don't pay that and just go do Uber. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I get it. You paid for it, but it's like once that expires, then just go do Uber.
No, I think those. No, I don't know much about it,
Well,
but I
I'm
don't
sure there's
think
a
those
renewal.
things.
I would imagine there's a
Yeah,
renewal.
but they're expensive, man. Those things you like kind of like.
I
Pay
think they're like $200,000.
Yeah, especially like
they're very expensive. They're
very
expensive.
expensive.
Like it's like a fucking medical tuition.
It's like a mortgage, man. Like
Yeah.
that shit, like you're not
For
paying it in
what?
shot, you know. Like that
I
thing
know.
will last you 20 years. So
Yeah.
like you got 20 years to pay that. Like you're not just gonna fuck off and go do Uber when you have a fucking
It's
$20,000
$2,000 a year.
in New York, man. It's like
No, it's at 10.
it's fucking expensive, man, to have a cab
It
in
is.
New York.
It's very expensive. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
so-
But at the same
I
time,
actually
you can't
ride
stop
cab-
innovation. So.
I ride cabs like over Uber now at this point
Why?
Really?
because I find them cheaper. You know?
Cabs
Like
are cheaper.
I find they're cheaper than Uber now.
You know why you don't know that? Because you're always taking Ubers.
No, because
That's
I
how
don't-
much they've
no, it's 'cause
dominated
it's
the
'cause I
market.
don't take Ubers or cabs.
No, but let's say we go out. What do we take? If we have to
Uber.
take something,
Yeah,
Uber
definitely
or
Uber.
take cabs, right?
Uber, yeah.
Yeah. So we only know now prices of Uber, so they have everyone stable at that price, and
Yeah.
they could lift it up because no one's taking the cabs anymore.
Okay,
It's genius.
example of like the price
Well-
difference. So
Well,
let's say
I
like
mean, if I go to work, right? I've taken both Uber and cab.
okay.
Cab's like you're saving, I don't know, 10 to 15 bucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I heard they regulated the pricing for Uber. I got an email, and apparently like the Quebec
we get
government,
emails from Uber.
yeah, the Quebec government like regulated the pricing or whatever, and they made it like
Re-
based off of like
You read that shit, man? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, open his
Delete.
email and he says Uber. It's like you actually read that shit, man.
I'm such
That's
a
cool.
I'm
No,
such,
that's right.
I'm such a loser.
Yeah, now it's based off kilometers, I think.
Yeah, it's based off of your trip. Like it's based
Yeah.
off of where you're going and what you and
They don't just
Mm.
price it
Kilometer
at whatever
amount.
they're feeling that day.
yeah, exactly. Like remember at a certain point, it's like if you're trying to take an Uber at like 3 a.m,
Yeah.
it's like $200, dude, for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
You
20-minute
walk
drive.
at
Yeah,
that point.
it's like what the
Yeah,
fuck.
they have their
you
like
don't have to touch.
No. Yeah, but it's like $200 for like a 20-minute drive. Dude.
Yeah, no.
I was just like, what? I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
once looking. It was 2:45 in the morning, and the trip was like $80. Let's say, okay. And I was like, okay, let me close it and reopen it in 10 or 15 minutes. I reopened it and it went up to like 150 because 15 minutes had passed. And I guess like 3 a.m. is considered a hotter time.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can you possibly expect someone to pay $150 for a fucking ride home? You know what I mean?
No wonder everyone just drinks and drives. Like, I'll be honest.
But dude, you know what? Exactly. I always say this. You know what
If
I mean?
you're going to just bump up the prices of cabs and Ubers and it costs you 40, 50, 60 bucks to go like a fucking 5 kilometers.
Exactly.
Or 10 kilometers, like everyone's going to get in their car and they're going to drive.
I always say this.
You know.
Make it convenient. Make it
Yeah,
fucking
and
accessible.
metros are fucking closed too.
That's the other thing.
And at least open public
What's
transport should be open 24/7.
What's getting big now is those cars now that you can just
Car to go.
It's kind of like car to. I don't think it's called car
Evo.
to go, but it's
Do they have that here?
It was big in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Evo was huge in Vancouver.
anyways, it's like really decently priced, and like people are just driving these like around everywhere now. I
Happy
see
birthday, Ollie.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you,
Munchkin.
guys. It's beautiful.
Invest in stocks. But I don't think they have car to go here though, or do they have the same concept?
It's the same kind of concept, but I think slightly better. They're doing it better.
Because car to go is like it's a car that's parked, and you can unlock it with an app and start it by paying, and then drive it to wherever you want to go, and then park it somewhere else, right?
Exactly. This one's like slightly different in terms of the way you use it on the app and how long you have it and how it's priced and how there's like less stress about like I don't know.
But
Look it up.
if you're drunk, like you still have to drive, right? That's the thing.
Well, yeah. It's not made for you to get into when you're hammered.
I can't wait for cars to be self-driving.
Well, they have the Teslas.
Yeah, but they're not like full. Like
Are
they
they
can
not?
self-drive, but you can't.
It'll take a while before like the world trusts a self-driving car.
Like
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know if we would ever trust a self-driving car.
I don't think our
honestly.
generation will.
I think we will eventually.
Not us.
Self-driving cars?
Yeah. Like you get into the car and like you do like Montreal, Florida, and like you're not even driving. You could sleep while the car is driving. Let's just say.
I'm sure in like about 20 years we're gonna have that.
But there's something about driving though that's nice.
It is nice.
It's
You know?
therapeutic.
Yeah,
Imagine on a roadie with your friends or like
Yeah.
with a chick, and you can just like smash as you're going there. Like to me, I think of studying. Like if I could drive to school and I could just study on the way there, like I'm saving so much time,
Yeah.
Wow, you're like thinking that much about time and using it wisely.
dude.
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
I used to always have the thought creep into my mind when I used to have to go to work, like if I used to, when I used to have like shift jobs or it was like a 7 to 3 thing, and I would be driving to work, and let's say it takes an hour to get to work wherever I'm going. I'd be like, fuck, man, if only this car could drive itself, I can use this hour that I'm
Take
in
a
the car,
nap.
just take a
Yeah.
fucking nap
Just
on
Bro,
the way to work.
legit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get up, you take your shower, but you're still exhausted.
I wouldn't even mind waking up if that was the case.
Yeah, because then you can just go back
But
to
you
sleep
know what? Like,
in the
I'm
car.
gonna go back to bed in like I don't know 10 minutes, and I'll knock out the whole way for sure.
Oh, 100% I'll knock
Yeah.
out, dude.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like especially those winter mornings, and then your car's like super hot. You turn on the heating full blast, put the seat warmers on. I used to have in my old car the steering wheel warmer.
Yeah.
That was so fucking
I still
clutch.
have
I
that.
thought that was extra until you have it, and you're like, wow,
Oh,
You
yeah,
think it's
no,
useless until you have it.
absolutely necessary.
it's amazing.
It's not
fucking
necessary
necessary.
though. It's just like super clutch. That's all it is.
Super. Yeah, it's
Very
as clutch
super
as
mega
like
clutch.
a car starter almost.
yeah.
I mean, a car starter is more important, but like,
Yeah.
But like, trust me, when you're driving in the morning and your steering wheel is hot,
It's nice, dude, on the hands. You know what I mean?
Mm.
because all you're doing there is
yeah, it's nice.
you're just blowing into your hands like on the whole drive.
Yeah.
Like those mornings where you wake up, it's like fucking negative like 25. And you're
I'm so not down. Holy fuck, man.
it's coming. It's around the fucking corner. It's
This
being-
week is nice though. It's like 16 all week.
But that pisses me off.
Oh, shut up.
It fucking
I got
pisses
mad at
me
him
off.
last time. He's like, I'm like, bro, it's so hot today. He's like, wow, that pisses me off.
It pisses me off. And I'll tell you exactly why it pisses
Oh,
me
Can I
You
guess?
make me
Go.
sick.
Because
Go.
of your wardrobe.
off. No.
Oh.
Somewhat, but like, my wardrobe is affected by it. But it's like,
Okay.
it's like, yo, if you're fucking like at 5 degrees every day, don't just come out of nowhere with like a 17, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I just got used to the 5.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a psychopath is talking right now, bro. It's so fucked up what he's saying. Why wouldn't you?
I
want
understand
higher? No,
what
no,
he's saying
no.
though.
I just got used to the 5. Now you're gonna throw
If
a
you were,
17
if
at
you're
me?
telling me like, oh, it's 5 degrees, I'm like, oh, now it's a minus 17, then I'll agree with you. But if you're pumping 12 degrees up,
I actually,
happy.
I feel like I went through this in my head today, just in my own thoughts, like what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
I
Like,
walked
I was like,
so
but it's a
beautiful
tease,
outside.
like you
Yeah,
know,
but
like.
that's
No,
exactly
it's not
why.
a tease. It's a tease.
But but for the most part, I was enjoying it just because
Just
work.
enjoy
I
the
was nice.
moment.
It was a nice day, and it was my birthday. I'm like, oh yeah, nice.
Today was
weather
beautiful.
on my birthday.
Yeah.
I was happy.
Yeah.
you know?
Everything's nice on your birthday.
Like I walked my dog with just
Yeah.
my hoodie today. I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
perfect. It's beautiful.
It's not the fact that it goes up to 17. It's just the fact that I know it's gonna go back to 5 in like 4 days. So it's like, why do you even give me these 3 days of 17 just to fuck with me?
No, bro, just enjoy the 17.
Man. If I got my jacket out this week, I don't want to within the same week have to put it away.
Guys, he's
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, it's your wardrobe, bro. I know it. Because you're like, okay, I'm ready for fall. I got my fall style in.
Yeah.
And now I got to go back to summer style.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, do I wear my boots? Do I wear my shoes? Like, what the fuck's going on? You know what I mean? I
Wear
walk out of
your
my house.
shoes.
I know, but I walk out of my house today. I'm just like, what is happening right now?
You got to get merino wool, man. I cover myself in this shit now.
What's it called?
Merino wool. It's like it's special wool. It's like it's a little pricey, but I'm actually wearing a fucking pair right now, dude. On my legs.
They're like high-end long johns.
They're long, and I have the top now too, and I have the gloves, which I just got for my birthday. I'm super stoked on that.
Damn.
But, dude, because merino wool comes from the merino sheep, which like live in this special place in the world where they can like be in like plus 30 and like minus 30, and they just like balance the climate with their wool, their special wool, you know, like so they started making shit out of it, which is kind of sad a little bit. I thought about the merino sheep. I'm like, maybe they're really special, and like we're just fucking going
slaughtering them.
That's what we do, bro.
Over.
That's not.
But wearing this shit is
I'm gonna grab
amazing.
one, Josh.
Yeah, go for it.
You're just always in the perfect temperature.
Yeah,
always.
I need those. Do they make those in winter jackets?
I think there's like I'm not sure, but
I need a new jacket.
But I just have the full base layer, and you just wear whatever on top.
Okay, it's like a long john, but like for your top, bottom, you have the gloves. Oh
yeah,
I need that shit, man.
It's called the world's best layer on there, like
layers, best layers.
I thought about you too when I read that.
For
I was
sure.
like, it's cool.
I think you were the first guy to like you remember Trident layers?
Yeah.
Like I think it was you that like made me realize like, oh, it's Trident layers.
Yeah.
And
that's funny.
Medrick always sends me like pictures of like 222, because like my PlayStation name was like Damage Inc. 222. And like Medrick feels like Medrick remembers things from like 30 years ago before I was born. It's like, bro, you remember this? Like, yeah, how do you remember this? Sick.
Down to bang 222.
DTB 222. Yeah. One girl was like, what does that mean? And she's like, is it down to buggy? Swear. True story.
What was like your first screen name?
Like MSN?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
The end of Heartache.
Something stupid, right?
No, it was
Everybody
great.
had
Bro.
stupid shit.
It was great. The end of Heartache.
Mine was bad.
Kill switching.
What is this?
Sexy _ Spanish _
Oh yeah,
rapper.
sexy _ Spanish raper. It's true.
No, rapper.
I know. But we still always say
rapper.
sexy _ Spanish raper. Yeah, it's true.
Everyone used to say that. I'm like, just 2 fucking P's.
Oh, you can bring a rapper. Oh fuck.
You can bring a rapper, but you can't bring a raper.
You definitely can't bring a raper.
Yeah.
In more than one context, like in the context of the game, but like in life, too. Please.
You don't bring rapers.
Don't bring
You
rapers.
can bring rappers though, like for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's down for a rapper, but
yeah.
no one's down for a raper.
Sometimes they're annoying though, but like whatever, it's chill.
They're good. They're chill.
Yeah. Sometimes you get the guy that's just like, it's like you don't need to be freestyling in front of me right now. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like
there's always a guy who pulls out a freestyle when it's not necessary. You know what I mean?
I don't experience that in my life.
I've experienced quite a few of those.
yeah, we didn't wear
Freestyle.
XLs, bro. We don't know this life.
Yeah. We don't know this life.
Speaking of the wool thing, by the way, I came to I had my own epiphany today because you guys were talking about your epiphany. I'm buying a Canada Goose this year.
Oh, speaking of Canada Goose, you want to spit some verses?
You can't ground me, I fly high.
No, we're singing it today on driving.
Should we plug the fucking Canada Goose video right now?
Canada Goose crew.
Every now and then, I just catch myself singing that song. It's
How
like,
does the
is
names go? Scuba Lay, Ollie J,
Delfino right after.
Delfino Medrick,
Yeah.
Marcel Medrick,
And
and then it's like Ricky too.
yeah. Everything about that was
Can I ask
crazy.
you, like, for anyone who's watching who doesn't know, like, what that is? Like, how did that come about? Like, what was
Yeah.
the... Because I remember when that came out, it was
Sure,
fucking
man.
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
So Canada Goose was in, like, full effect.
Yeah. So
Straight...
believe it or not, this is exactly the moment how. So I was sitting in a backseat actually with my brother, and I was like, you know, if we made like a Canada Goose song right now, it would be like the biggest thing, you know, because everybody's fucking buying this shit, and it would just be fucking, you know, and we were in a backseat. I think we just started rapping the chorus, which is. What the fuck is the chorus of the song?
It's you, the chorus.
It's your song. What the fuck's the chorus?
I'm just fucking ripped right now.
No, I'm a Canada Goose.
Yeah.
Canada Goose.
You can't.
Yeah. So we kind of were like, in my Canada Goose.
there you go.
So we're doing that goose, and we're like, okay, yeah, we can do something with that. And then we went in the studio, and like, dude, I wish I knew it was gonna be that popular because I would have worked on it for way longer or better or like thought.
Yeah.
We
I would have definitely edited some shit.
We
bro.
didn't really know it was gonna be what it became, you know? Or else we would have like maybe wrote better shit. Like I remember just writing something really quick and just like rapping it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I love your part, bro.
Bro, he asked me, he's like, Leo, you want to be on the Canada Goose rap? I was like, yeah. I get to his house, I write my shit, go in the studio, say it, and then like the next day it's up. No, we made the video in front of my house.
Yeah, the video was hard to do because I remember it was like early in the morning. It was like in RDP, and I had planned to do the video, and nobody wanted to come. And I was like, "Come on, guys, please, you gotta come. I know it's cold." Like people were bailing, and then they're like, "Oh, all right."
Little did they know.
Finally, they came, and like they were all ended up so stoked at what it became, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm like, you fucking asshole. You almost didn't want to come, you bastard.
350,000 views, right?
Yeah, something like that. But
wow, that
just,
much?
just on the first night, we got like 30,000 hits on the first night.
They hit over 250,000. You guys hit over 300,000
When we
views.
posted it, it was like, we went to bed, and then the next morning I had like 100 notifications. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And it was like everyone sharing the video. And then the next day was like 10,000. And it just like, you know, it's fucking exploded quickly.
I want to check how many
quickly. And dude, to a point where like people were actually approaching me on the street.
Dude, I
like,
will still get a
Someone approached you at Doll's birthday when we went to Sharks. There was a girl that approached you.
There was a girl, and even like a year ago, I was at school at Vanier, and someone came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you're the guy from the Goose video." I was like, "Dude, that's crazy." That's just so
First of all, 9 years ago it was posted.
9 years ago.
Yeah.
I was still with my first girlfriend.
Yeah, 9 years ago.
Wow.
So you were how old are you? 28.
I was 19.
Wow.
371,000 views.
Yeah.
How many comments?
Yeah, weren't there people like serious?
919 dislikes. Fuck you guys, man.
How many likes?
I love
1.9K.
I love reading what people say every once in a while.
We did it once. We did it once at Phil's house.
They ripped
the
me,
comments about Leo.
They're just ripping me.
That guy in the white jacket's
looks like a fucking faggot.
Yeah, so good.
I love it.
Pointing people out. At first it like bothered me a bit, and then like just today something happened to me. Like I was trying to merge into a lane, and you know when the guy could let you in, but he just zooms forward.
Yeah.
Like I was like whatever, and he looks at me like with a mug face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this
but that's you're just miserable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then like we're both pulling up to a light, and I'm slowing down next to his car because like he looks pissed, and I just wanted to like have a friendly conversation with someone, like just like settle the ground. Like, hey man, like don't worry about it. Like you don't have to be mad.
You don't have friendly side by side, Leo.
Anyway, it's what I wanted to do in that moment. Yeah. And he's like, "C'est quoi ton problème, toi? C'est quoi ton problème?" I was like, "Look, man, like we're good." He's like, "Yeah, fuck it." I was like, "Okay, you're just mad, man. Like roll up your window." Like I just drove.
Obviously, like you don't try to have a rational conversation with someone who just cut you off.
Hey man, we're gonna have a talk face to face right now.
Yeah, that's how I was thinking. But like that just makes me realize that like some people, bro, are just miserable.
You have to be first of all miserable to go leave like a negative review on a YouTube post.
Yeah,
that's just
even to just dislike it.
If you don't like it, that's fine. You go on to the next and you don't like the video or whatever. But if you to go leave like a negative comment, like that's so fucked up.
Yeah,
I find.
Yeah.
But you know what it is though? He actually like probably loves Leo. And he doesn't realize it. He's like this fucking guy in his white jacket, and then he thinks about him. And he's like,
no, probably not.
I fucking like him though. Fuck.
Still has dreams about him to this day.
Jerks off to Leo every night.
Why else would you write that? Like, unless you're like really like.
I had a bad YouTube phase like that though with fucking comments.
You're a negative commenter, aren't you?
But you know what it was is
you're
miserable.
Shame.
Yeah. It was like a year thing, but maybe less than that. It was a point where I was younger and I was like really getting into like a lot of this gonna sound stupid as fuck, but I was getting into a lot of like hip hop and shit.
How's that stupid?
And no, but it's where it's going. Okay. It's stupid. Okay. And so I would see like on Facebook or whatever, like YouTube videos of like what it would be deemed like not actual or real hip hop, quote unquote. You know what I mean? Which I don't agree with now because I think everything is whatever it is. And so like I would go look at them, and it would be like Lil Yachty or some shit like that, you know. And I would just be like, oh. this is what people think is hip hop now. Like I used to do that shit, you know.
Bro, that's
I know.
I cringe,
and
man.
then like later on,
very very lame.
Yeah, super. That's what I'm saying. It's super lame, you know.
Okay.
And anyway, thankfully I grew out of that. But yeah, I went through my own little.
Was this one of your epiphanies?
Earlier on in life, yes, not today.
What was the epiphany you had? Because you're talking about the Canada Goose video.
That I'm gonna buy a Canada Goose.
That was it?
Oh, 100%.
I have to go buy a winter jacket. You wanna go with me?
Let's go. I'm going to buy a Canada Goose. 100% I'm going to buy a Canada Goose.
Why?
Yeah, I'm feeling.
Dude,
so
you know what?
well.
I always wanted one. They're fucking warm.
They are warm.
I think the hype died down since 9 years ago.
Remember, it's not for the style. It's for the
It's for the
snowstorm.
warmth.
Yeah.
It's for the fucking warmth.
If I were you,
Absolutely.
don't get the bombers, get the long ones.
I'm getting the parkas. Yeah, I'm getting
Perfect.
I'm getting the long ones.
Get the long ones.
Yeah, the parka, the whatever the normal ones remind me too much of like secondary 5.
Yeah.
High school.
You know what,
You need to be
Josh?
a chick with a nice ass.
Goose Squad like
Fuck
appreciates
man.
it. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Goose.
The birds don't appreciate it though at all.
All the dead geese really like my.
The geese are not happy right now.
Yeah,
Obviously.
we're
Poor
gonna get a lot of
things.
dislikes on this YouTube video from all the dead geese around the world.
Dude, after we made that, we made like 15 tracks. Like after that video, and we could have just released all of them, and
No,
It's
we
never too
made
late.
tracks like so much before that too, man. That was like
Yeah.
right in the middle.
that's true. Yeah, yeah,
Cause we made like a bunch, like my freestyle there. That was
Yeah.
like before that.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's not too late, guys. It's not too late.
it was
but it's
fun,
never too
man. Like I had a
late.
fucking like
Yeah, it
you
was
know.
fun.
I'm
It's a
not-
budding music
We
career.
were letting some shit out, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But Ollie's always been musically inclined.
Yeah.
I remember going to see you at I don't know if it's still there anymore. Hayden.
Hayden, yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Hi Dan.
Hi Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Hi Dan.
How are you, man?
Hayden's not there anymore. No.
No, there was they had what was it Mondays?
Yeah,
It's
we
like,
had a little.
acoustic nights or whatever.
Yeah, we set that up.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was really fucking. I remember I went there with my ex at the time,
Yeah.
or my girlfriend at the time, who's my ex now. And
I went there with it. That's what it is. That
I
was very
think we had- I
confusing.
think-
yeah, that's it.
Is it my girlfriend at the time or is
It's my girlfriend at the time,
It
but
is.
it's my ex now. Like
Yes,
if I were to say
yeah.
my
Right.
ex at the time,
That means you were going out that day and she
With-
was your
she
ex-girlfriend.
was already my ex.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Wow, I
which would
didn't
kind of be
even-
weird.
I
that'd
just
be weird.
I just got it from the beginning.
Yeah. But you know what?
Spaced out.
It's just for the audience in case they're a little confused.
Okay.
The beauty of words.
Hey, didn't you play with R last night or like meet them when they were not popular?
So, yeah, man. Our last night we used to fucking
Yeah,
dude.
man.
This was
Yeah, man.
That's so fucking sick.
Yeah.
yeah. They were fucking sick. I remember playing with them, and there was one show like the screamer at the time. He was like fucking 12 or 13.
Yeah,
and
well, they're
he was
brothers,
like-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I sat down with one of them. He was telling me because the drummer and I were like pretty close, and we were talking. He was telling me a lot of the inside of the band, and he was like, "Yeah, so the older brother writes all the shit, and like, you know,
He's the guitarist and the vocalist.
guitarist, he's
Yeah.
like he's kind of the god in the band that
Yeah.
writes all that shit. But they're all great. I mean, fucking. So when we saw them live, because we opened up for them, and they were just killing it, man. I was like, whoa, this band is different. You know, like they just had something special. And I was like at a really, really small show that like not many people were, and then they just became what they became.
That's so sick.
Their
Yeah.
first album is fucking amazing, bro.
Oh,
Is it
it's
still
so
the
good.
same members? Like, is it still the same members? I don't know about right now, but when
Yeah,
they
they're
released
all
when they
still
released
the
those two
same.
first
The
albums,
drummer is different, but everyone else is the same.
wait, but like in
It's
their
always
first
the
two,
drummer, huh?
it's always the drummer. It's
Yeah.
always the drummer, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking drummers, man.
I was watching.
Fucking drummers.
I don't
man.
remember
They're
what
hard to come by.
I don't remember what it was I was watching the other day with a band, and I was watching the drummer in particular, and I'm like, fuck, man, like, you must be exhausted, dude, after a fucking show. Like,
Yeah.
especially for, like, metal bands, man. You must be
I feel like
ruined.
you don't even, like, and tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like at a certain point, it's just all memory. You don't even feel yourself doing
For
it.
sure.
You just
Yeah,
know, like,
that's most instruments. You get to a level
Yeah.
where you're not really thinking about it,
Center.
about what you're doing. You're just kind of like it's all muscle memory and
Yeah.
stuff. So like when I'm playing drums, I'm not thinking about this foot and then that. You know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're
That's
yeah.
not even on my mind. I just feel it. You know. So I what I'm actually thinking about is like what I'm gonna do in 5 seconds or 10 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. You're
You
like
know, and
following
I'm like,
it.
I'm gonna like
Yeah.
maybe
So
throw in a little fill here, and I think I'm gonna. I hear it in my head right before it happens,
Yeah.
so then I
it's
just
like it's
do
like
it,
reading
you
in
know?
reality, right? Because
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
constantly you could like read words and
Yeah.
not stop, right? Because like the concept of reading is kind of fucked up if you think about it, right? Same thing for music. Like you're not gonna think about every single note you're playing guitar, drums. It just kind of
that's what you practice to get up until.
Yeah, it's
cool.
But
even athletes, man, like pro fucking soccer players, like they don't look at their own feet and their ball. They don't know exactly. They're reading the other guy. You know, like
it's all like
it's all about the next pass.
Yeah.
So where the ball's gonna be, type of thing. You know.
Yeah.
Like I play guitar, but I'm in no way near anywhere like close to like a master or anything like that. And it's like I know that like if I play for a little while, I'll feel like kind of not the pain, but like kind of the strain in like my hand or my fingers or whatever. So that's why I was saying, like I was watching I forget which band it was, and I'm like, fuck it. I think it was actually you guys. I think it might have been Gone by Nightfall when you posted that video. Yeah, and I'm like, fuck, like imagine after 30 minutes of like going ham like that on the fucking drums, you feel the fucking.
I used to play till my hands would bleed, man. At some shows, like my hands would bleed.
That's so fucked up, man.
So fucking metal.
Yeah,
very
metal.
Very metal. But I built these fucking calluses, so now my hands are like really rough in just some areas, like the tips of my fingers, because of guitar, and then drums kind of did the sides.
Think about how funny a concept that is.
Drums.
That's like the gym,
calluses.
dude.
Yeah. But it's like the musician calluses.
Like, so like just the rubbing of the stick.
Different outcome, different source. Yeah. No, like same outcome, different source.
Think about how funny
same
a concept
outcome,
that is, though.
Yeah. Different source.
Okay.
You're trying to learn an instrument, and the way to finally to get to the point where you're good at it is you have to injure yourself so that your body gets used to the fact that you're injuring yourself to play this instrument. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, yeah.
Music's amazing, man. I think it's one of my favorite things on this fucking planet. I think we all agree with that, but like I fucking. Yeah, like if there's one thing I can't live without, it's like fuck. Everything I do, there's always
I
music.
can't picture like a world without like music. Just getting into my car, like the basics. Yeah, just getting into my car.
Imagine driving every day.
No music.
Silence.
That's almost like psychotic, I find.
Like I've actually been trying to practice that because I'm always listening to music. Yeah, and now, like when I walk around and like I just listen to like life, and it's kind of nice too. It's like its own orchestra,
it's its own thing.
That is nice. Cause like when I go for walks, I go for a walk every single day. Okay, like I try to go for a walk every single day, and like I always have music in my ears all the time when I walk. But like, maybe I should like listen to like the birds chirping and like the trees moving instead. You know,
it's great, man.
Change it up.
It makes me feel nice when I'm like listening to music and I'm walking. It's so fucking chill.
I can't picture Justin like enjoying the sounds of nature. You know what I mean?
But I do like I love that shit. That's the thing. Like I'll go to the beach and like at night and watch a sunset, no problem. Like I'll listen to the waves.
You love a good sunny.
I love sunnies, man.
I love
sunnies are the best.
I'm a sunset chaser, man.
Yeah.
The sound of like fucking like a waterfall or water, like going through like the woods is probably like the nicest sound ever. It's
strangely enough, I like the sound of like the city.
People sell that, man. Like people sell those sounds, like naturescapes, waterfalls.
Like we went on a little excursion. Me and Leo, we went to go like try to break into this castle in like on La Ronde area, and we were walking in the forest and we put like this Celtic music. It's actually called Forest Queen.
Oh yeah,
Peter Gundry,
Forest Queen, and like it's so soothing.
It's just enhancing the moment.
It enhances the moment, you know. So it's almost like it's almost better than the actual real sound. It's like you're just there and it's like you feel it, man. You know.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
I feel like only Leo would pull out some Celtic music.
Bro, I went through a fucking
I remember
that of real Celtic music. Like first of all, Blood of Cuchulainn is probably one of the best.
Blood of Cuchulainn
is one of the best fucking songs ever. You know what I'm talking about? The Boondocks saying.
Bro, that song makes me like wanna fucking just be in a bar pounding beers with like my friends and just like getting rowdy, you know?
Just getting ready for a raid, bro. You know? Like fucking let's go, put your gear on and fucking let's heal some shit.
Yeah. That is super fucking epic though, man.
What's it called, Leo? The Blood of Cuchulainn. I'm gonna put it 2 seconds.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's amazing.
It's fucking sick, dude.
The Blood of Cuchulainn.
I would listen to that. Like,
dude, it's probably one of the greatest songs ever.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Fuck yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Like you have to be like in Scotland pounding beers, you know, like you were saying?
Yeah. That's enough of that.
It's so good, man. So if you guys ever watched,
really happy right here. At first it like brought it down, but then it like kind of got happy.
Yeah,
it shifts the mood around, man.
It's amazing. That song, bro. If you guys ever watched the Boondock Saints, I don't know if you watched that.
Is that the cartoon one?
No, it's the two Irishmen who like go kill like a bunch of Russian mobsters.
No, I was way off.
Is that a cartoon?
But I know what you're talking about, the Boondocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie, man. I fell in love with that movie. Like, I watched it a bunch of times. It's like a cult classic. Like
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fucked up because I was I don't know if I've spoken about this on the podcast, but at a certain point I was doing guitar lessons, and the guy who I do the lessons with was our age, and he had like a master's in like musical theory from McGill, and I remember asking him the question once. I'm like, why is it that let's like Western, I guess you can categorize it as like Western music, is so drastically different to what you'll hear if you go to like India, right? Or like, I don't know, whatever, in the mountains or something. I don't know, like in another country or whatever. And he was saying that it's like musical theory is not like, it's universal, but it's not in the sense where it's like it's different languages for where you are. So it's kind of like the way we have kind of like our notes laid out, let's say, in like Western musical theory is not the same way they have it laid out in like, I'll use the example of like India.
Yeah.
And so the way they have it laid out, because it's different, allows them to arrive at different sounds and different combinations of sounds or whatever. And that's why like you'll listen to like Arab music or like Indian music, and it'll sound like, oh my God, nobody makes anything like this in the States or in Canada, right? Because like we follow one alphabet, let's say, or one type of musical theory. And I thought that was so cool because it's like you can basically have your own, to simplify it, I guess, like arrangement of notes, and then like create your own language out of it. And it's all considered music because the people who are around you still consider it as like a musical arrangement because they've grown up used to that type of sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's kind of like how like different languages have certain terms that other languages don't, that express certain things.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way he was explaining it to me, and I thought that was super
cool.
That was super cool. Like I was the way the question came about, I remember was that I asked him, why is it that if you're watching a movie, let's say, and the final scene of the movie, the hero like triumphs, and the music is made by an orchestra for the most part. Like if it's not an actual song that's taken for the soundtrack, it's like it's orchestral, and the way it sounds. Excuse me. I asked him. I said, why does the way it sound evoke this like this feeling of triumph?
Yeah,
just
I always thought that too. Yeah.
Versus like this another scene that'll be sad. Like why does or scary? That's scary. That's the one I asked him. Is like why does music in a scene that's supposed to be scary evoke that emotion in you, that fear? Like why does like a long note on a violin of like a D, let's say, like make you people universally associate that to like a kind of a tense, a tension.
Yeah, is it like
sound,
the chicken or the egg?
Exactly. And that's how he kind of explained it, is that like different societies and different cultures have created like different languages with music and different like expressions, like you said. And it's kind of it's again, the chicken and the egg thing. It's like it's the way they created it, but it's also the way humans react to it, you know?
I think it's like
but how do we react to it?
Because like when you hear like a scary sound, it's like off. It's not right. Yeah. So it gives you this uneasy feeling.
Because off the bat, we can differentiate happy music from sad music. Yeah. Off the bat, right?
Anyway,
I've actually been paying a lot of attention to that, but in terms of like film, like how like like something bad's gonna happen when you're watching a movie, and it's the way it's shot, and it's just like
even lighting and shit like that, you know,
on other things.
And
you're just like, oh,
especially
shit,
horrors.
Or just like regular shows, like you just this guy like
horrors, for sure. Because like though, like I guess they're filming it in a sense, or like the camera is somewhere where you're expecting something to be in the back of them, you know. So maybe like all that plus the lighting plus this, but like it's crazy how they're able to get a reaction out of us. You know, because it's a reaction. If you're scared, it's a reaction. If you're laughing, it's a reaction.
The most classic like horror thing to do is increase suspension. Make you think something's gonna come. You like concede to it in the sense that like you give up on thinking it's gonna come, and then boom, it comes.
Yeah,
like that's what they do. They bring up you're scared. Okay, not gonna happen, and then they bring you back. Like that's the most classic like horror shot scene. Like okay. The girl turns. You think she's gonna turn into the door. There's gonna be something. There's nothing, and then she turns the other way, and the guy's right there. Classic.
Or like she'll close like the mirror in her washroom. You're like guaranteed there's a ghost there. There's no ghost there. She'll turn to her left. The ghost is there.
Yeah.
It's not in the actual.
Or like she leaves the room, and then the ghost pops out, and like she
yeah.
didn't see it.
Like the haunting of blah.
But I think did you finish it by the way?
No, I didn't.
Don't finish it.
I was trying to figure out what kind of movies scare me the most. It's like hard. Like I'm not easily scared by movies, but like it's weird to think about like what actually scares me. I'm like
pop-ups scare me because they're pop-ups.
Yeah.
But like you get over it in like 0.3 seconds because the pop-up is the scary part. It's not the ghost that's scary.
Yeah. I think the scariest movies are the ones that linger through your life.
Yeah.
It's like when you're walking in the basement and you run up the stairs because you're scared that guy's going to get you. Yeah. That's when you know it works.
We've all had those.
Yeah.
It's the ones that you watch and you're like, this can, realistically, this could maybe happen. Like, it's the ones that make you feel like this could probably happen to me. You know what I mean? Like, this could probably be something that goes down. And I remember when I moved out, the first like 3 weeks, there's whatever, every condo, every house, every whatever makes sounds, right? But you're not used to those sounds. Like when you're living at your parents' house, I don't know if it's the same thing with you, Justin, that you've moved out.
I buzz.
You listen, you hear things, and you're not used to
what
them.
Is that sound?
Yeah, and you're like,
I'll know every crack, every little thing at my mom's house, every movement. I know, but now it's like, what is that in my cupboard?
Yeah, exactly.
What's that cupboard cracking?
I swear to God, dude, for the first 2 weeks that I moved out over here,
such a buzz.
I would be in my bed and I would hear a crack or a whatever, anything in the walls. And sometimes, like, I would get up out of my bed and be like, and stand in my kitchen or in my living room and be like, just waiting. Like, okay, I need to know where that sound is coming from. So I have to stand here and wait until that sound happens again. So I can be like, okay, it's coming from there. I know it's not a ghost or something. You know? And I think that's why, I guess, ghost movies that are done well kind of resonate the most because most people don't maybe don't believe in that stuff. But there's always like a little inkling, like in the back of your mind, where you're like, maybe it's true, you know? Like maybe
there's always a seed.
Is there a spirit? You know what I mean?
But you know what? I feel like we don't realize. Like for example, okay, so how many times like there's a noise in a movie and like the girl is going upstairs. Like, are you fucking retarded? Why are you going up there? Leave the house or like stay in your room. Why are you going to check up on it? You know? Yeah. But I've caught myself in those moments where I hear a sound and I go check it. The cat. And I go check it because I need to know. The thing is, I don't associate with myself getting fucking brutally murdered in that moment. In the movie, we know it's a movie, so we're like, wow, you're so stupid. Why are you doing that, you know? But when it's myself, it's like, I need to know what this is.
Yeah.
You know?
The only thing I do, like, I catch myself doing often is, like, sometimes I'll, like, get out of bed and make sure my door's locked, you know? Yeah. I'm like, why do I do that? Like, am I really scared someone's going to come in?
You've told me some fucking scary sleep paralysis fucking stories, bro.
Yeah, I had some bad times with that shit.
Man.
Did you ever see that what's it called, the woman devil,
the hag?
We spoke
about this last week.
The hag.
Have you seen the hag?
I've seen like this dark entity that like
this is your personal story.
Yeah
like
it was just like, well, it happened to me multiple times and each time was like slightly different. Probably the most fucked up thing that I've been through in sleep paralysis was I woke up and like I went like everything was the same in my house. Like I went down my stairs and like my dad walked in and he's like, Ollie, what's wrong with you?
Is this at the loft?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here I'm thinking I'm fully awake, you know, and my dad's like, what's wrong with you? Like you look like out of it.
Was he actually there?
No.
Okay.
So
I just want to know details.
So I went down the stairs and my dad's like, what's wrong with you? You look out of it. I'm like, I don't know. I fucking feel weird. And then like I started like puking like ice, like things of like I don't know why. But I was like, you know, and my brother came out of his room. He's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I feel fucked up," you know. And then he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Go check in my room and see if I'm still sleeping." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, I don't know. Just do that." And he went, and he's like, "Holy shit, you're still in your bed."
What?
And he's like, "What do I do?" I'm like, "Wake me up." And he like woke me up, and I woke up in real life, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's fucking
what the fuck?
But I was like, so like,
it felt so real.
I felt so fucked up in that moment. I was like, was I sleeping? I don't know. It was like the most crazy.
It's almost like your soul left your body and did all that, right?
Yeah. So it was like outer body shit. Another time, like sleep paralysis, I was like paralyzed. Yeah. And I was like staring at my ceiling because I was like fucking just wanting to wake up so bad.
Come closer. Yeah.
I knew I was fucked up. And I was like in my bed. I was just like, I'm like, fucking wake up. I know you're sleeping. And then I saw like a spirit come through the ceiling and like started looking at me, you know, through my, and it was like a dark fucking entity. And it was just so intense. And I was like, holy shit. And it like went through me. And then like I woke
in your
up.
chest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
It went
You
through
never
my
had
chest.
this, huh?
Never. I sleep on my stomach though.
What is
I don't
that
know
about?
if that helps.
Why are people experiencing this?
Because
and like
you probably
it's similar.
I think I've only heard it happens to you if you sleep on your back. That's
There's
what I
another
heard.
dimension out there, and they like
I don't know, man.
tap into you every once in a while.
I hope.
Have you had it, Leo?
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
one of my greatest fears.
I would probably like cry.
One of my greatest fears.
Yeah. Like that shit freaks me out.
It's very frightening, but you kind of like I used to have it very often when I used to live in my parents' house. I never had it over here. When I used to live in my parents' house, I used to get it the same feeling, and you know, like when it starts happening, you kind of know that you're in it, and you know that your body's asleep, but your mind's still awake. And it's like, oh fuck! So you're trying to kind of wake yourself up. And what I used to see was in the corner, because my bed used to be facing the wall, and the door was right here, and in between the door and the wall, I used to see a little shadow figure. Yeah. In the corner with like a top hat. Yeah. And it would just be standing there. It would be there. There would be one there, and then one on the left side of my bed at the window. And so that was the common one that I would always get, is that I would see them standing there and I would be trying to like move and I couldn't get up. Another common one that I would have is that I would get into that mode of like sleep paralysis and I would try to move and get up and move around. And what I would feel like, the only way I can best describe it is I felt like my spirit was trying to leave my body when I would be trying to move. My spirit would be trying to leave my body, but as though there was an elastic pulling it back to my body so I couldn't move. And the times where I was able to like kind of get away from my body or get away from that elastic, the shadow figures would show up again and kind of drag me around my room. Yeah. And the most vivid experience I ever had, I remember, was I was in bed lying down and I got into that mode where I realized I was in sleep paralysis, and I've said this so many times on the podcast. I was in my bed and I started to feel like I couldn't move. I was trying to like move around, trying to like, and I always remember trying to yell when I'm in these modes. Yeah. And one time I was sleeping with my girlfriend at the time, and she heard me yelling. Nailed it. And she woke me up.
I had the same experience.
My girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, I had the same experience where I was like screaming their name, and I wanted them to wake me up. Like
they were next to you.
I'm like, was I making sounds? He's
and
like, yeah.
But it's gutturals.
Like,
It's that. It's not actual yells because you can't yell.
I know.
And
you're
so
fucked.
The worst one, I was lying down and I couldn't move, and I just remember the shadow figure who's usually in the corner where the door is was at my bed, and I knew it was him. I knew it wasn't the other one. It was at my bed on the right side, and I felt something grab my arm so distinctly, like I'll never get this feeling out of my head. Grab my arm, and I was like, I'm trying to move, and I couldn't move, and then I felt the same feeling like a this on my neck. Right, as if something was biting my neck. It's fine. As if something was biting my neck. Holy shit. And I was like trying to move, and it stayed there for about like a good 10 or 15 seconds, and then I finally woke up, and I was just like, what? And
what if you would like
the shadow figure, man?
Yeah. What if you would like become friends with the shadow figure? Like you just like, you just.
That's level 10 Buddhism. We're not ready for that, bro.
Like what if you say, you know what? Like when we become friends, like you just have to like pass that.
Yeah. There was only one time I remember where the what I was explaining to you, where my spirit kind of leaves my body. There was one time only where I experienced that I was able to kind of leave my body and roam a little bit. And I remember going down my stairs into my spare room downstairs at my parents' house, and I was able, excuse me, I burped again.
It's kind of like the one I had.
I was able to kind of conjure what I wanted to. And I remember
for like what I wanted to.
For like a split second, I remember conjuring up like a naked chick with big tits.
Top.
Yeah. And like what they say is that if you're able to control that whole situation, you can kind of have outer body experiences and make your own dreams. So I think that's what
like
that
lucid
was.
Dreaming or
so here's the thing.
Yeah.
When
I
was,
but it didn't last. It didn't last.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to lucid dream like crazy, dude. I used to be able to go into my dreams and convince people in my dreams that they were dreaming and be like, guys, we're all dreaming. Let's do something sick. No. I swear to God. When I was a kid, I used to do that shit. I was like, convince them they were like, we would fucking run around and fucking jump off shit and fly and fucking rape chicks and whatever, man. All this shit.
Let's laugh at raping chicks.
Not fun. No, I mean, you know?
It's
just like, oh, we know we're dreaming. Let's go have sex.
Yeah, that's always what it came down to.
Well, yeah, because you're like 12, you're a horny man. Like, you know what's going on.
But dreams are sick because they actually do feel real.
They do feel real.
They do feel real.
Yeah.
My dad sometimes at night. My dad.
Yo, that's so fucked.
Why?
We're just talking about like jizzing in our dreams or
My
having
dad.
sex dreams, and you're like, yeah, my dad.
My dad in the middle of the night sometimes he like starts yelling in his sleep, and like we'll talk about it at dinner. Like my mom would tell me that he would do this, but I wouldn't hear him. And like sometimes I'll like ever since she spoke about it, like if I was up and I hear him do it, I would hear him like fucking yell, and then my mom just like fucking nudges him right into the ribs. Vince, what? You're doing it again. Oh, you leave. Like, you know, just classic that shit. It's so funny, man. And then we ask him, we're like, what the fuck are you dreaming of? And he's like, toothpicks and dough chasing me. That's what he says.
Toothpicks and what?
Toothpicks and dough. I think he's fucking with us.
Dough chasing him.
With toothpicks.
Wow.
Yeah. So fucked.
Yeah.
Dreams are so fucked.
Dreams are fucked.
Like just trying to explain your dream to somebody, like you're realizing it just makes absolutely no sense.
But you know what's crazy about explaining dreams is that you know exactly what happened in your mind, but you can't put it into words. It's weird.
And everything happens so fast. You're like at La Ronde 1 second, and you're like in New York at the next.
It's because you're able to tell the story like as a whole, but you're not able to say the minor details.
Yeah,
that's what
I used to write my dreams at one point, and then I stopped.
That's a very good idea.
But yeah, it's like if you write your dreams, you read back on that, and it blows your mind.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The day like someone can record our dreams is the day this world's gonna change.
Yeah. Like they say stoners like don't dream. Like I fucking dream. I'm sure you dream too.
Yeah. Every once in a while. I usually dream a lot about my like subconscious.
I dream every night, man.
Relationships, very current stuff. I'm just like,
relationships are a big one.
Yeah.
Relationships are definitely a big one.
Why?
Yeah, like going through a breakup, dreams are the worst.
Oh my god.
Yo, like it's just night after night. You're just like, and you wake up rattled.
Bro, you wake up rattled to the point where sometimes like you don't even want to go to bed because you're gonna dream about it. You're like, I can't even stay awake or I can't even sleep without thinking about this. Like what's going on?
Oh shit.
Yeah,
such a buzz.
Yeah, you're just trapped.
You're trapped.
Yeah, in those moments, man, it's just all about the guys.
Yeah.
In those moments, you just like hang out with the guys. Just fucking.
That's how to get over relationships, though. Is to just chill with the guys. You have to be with the guys.
That's why it's so important to like keep talking to your friends when you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because like.
That's why it's important to not lose your friends when you're in a relationship too, because there's the ones that get a girlfriend, fuck off, and then come back when they have no girlfriend.
That's so common though. A lot
I
of guys.
feel girls do that more than guys though.
There's a lot of guys that do that shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen more girls doing that.
In our circle of friends, not really.
No, we're pretty good.
But
we love the guys. That's why.
What?
We love the guys.
Bro, you fall in love with men and have sex with women.
You fall in love with the guys and have sex with women.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
But just to go back to your dream thing, like it happens to me very often where I'll be trying to explain a dream, and I'll run into the situation where it's like in the dream, I'll be somewhere, okay? Let's say in my dream I'll be on this floor right here. I'll be in this podcast studio, but in the dream for some reason you instinctively know that it's your friend's house. So in the dream you're like, this is my friend's house, but for some reason the surroundings are this floor.
There's a sense of knowing.
Exactly.
It's weird.
It's weird. So I never, that's what I mean, it's like I never know how to explain that to someone. It's like, I had a crazy dream last night. They're like, what is it? I'm like, I was at my friend's house, but it wasn't my friend's house. You know what I mean? Like it was my friend's house, but it was actually the upstairs of my condo.
But like you knew
it's not your house.
That's fucking weird.
Like sometimes it's so clear that I could give you like the layout of where I'm in. Like I've had dreams where I was in someone's house, like walking around, and I can give you exactly like where each door is and like how the hallway looks like. It's fucked.
Or the person you're talking to is just changing into like everybody you know, like constantly just like I'm like I think I was talking to you, and then you became someone else.
Or you like turn around and there's like someone else there.
But like in your dream, it just makes sense. Like, okay, I went from Leo to like Ollie, but like, okay, I guess that's how it is. But it's not normal, obviously, right?
Yeah.
It's so fucked, man.
And they shape your understanding of life too. Like I always remember, as a kid, I don't know the exact age, but let's say like 6 years old. From like 0 to 6 years old, I was afraid of like, oh my god, the monster in my closet, or like vampires, or the boogeyman, or whatever, right? And then I remember at, let's say, 6 years old, I always, to this day, vividly remember having a dream where in my room at my old parents' house, someone came through the window, a burglar or something, kidnapped me, took me from my house, and then like went around and back to my front door and was knocking on the front door and like holding me for ransom to my parents. And then I woke up, and I always remember from that age until maybe like 11 or 12 or something, I wasn't scared of like the boogeyman or monsters in my closet anymore. I was scared of my house being robbed or someone breaking into my house.
Was it a recurring dream or happened once and it scarred you?
Probably happened like once or twice or whatever, but I still remember the time it happened.
Yeah.
And from that moment on, I always remember just being like, oh my God, like, is somebody at my window? Is somebody trying to break into the house? Like, my main concern wasn't the one-eyed monster in the closet anymore, you know?
It's also more realistic.
I feel like that was mine too when I was a kid, like growing up. Was always like, that was my biggest fear. It was like somebody trying to get into my house.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was like,
it's realistic.
Yeah.
I never worried about that.
You're at the age now, you're 12 or whatever, like you know that there's no boogeyman or there's no one-eyed monster, but you know that there might be a burglar coming in.
I also grew up in Brooklyn, and that was kind of sketchy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I remember hearing like fights, like intense fights, like upstairs or like a different house, like guys just like beating his woman or some crazy shit, you know? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard that shit. Yeah.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I actually had like I moved into my apartment like recently, right? And just for fun, I had just Googled like my apartment number. So just like my address, because sometimes to find the postal code, I Googled it. I don't know the postal code, right? So I get my thing. There's an article on Google about how in my building, like 5 years ago, some guy just brutally murdered his girlfriend.
Oh,
and it's like, am I like? I want to even know. I want to know where if I'm living in that apartment. They never said the apartment number.
Don't they have to disclose that to you?
I'm not buying a house. I'm renting an apartment. It's different, you know.
You think they don't have to?
I wonder
if it was in your apartment, maybe.
Ask your landlord.
Yeah.
He just bought the place. He bought it in April.
What would you want to know though?
Yes.
Like honestly, like no, because God forbid it's mine. I'm not down.
No. Well, just knowing someone was murdered in that building.
And there's just like a picture on Google, like on the news, like the front of my building.
Isn't that weird though? Mental. It's like, you know why? It's because like walls and like everything, it actually captures like memories, you know, in a weird way. Like so all matter contains like some kind of. Anyways, that's deeper shit. I don't even know if I want to go there.
No, but it's true though. Like I agree. I remember I forget what it was that I was watching once, and it was like people when they see spirits like walking around a house. There was a theory that was suggesting that it's not actually spirits; it's memories or moments in time that are captured within the walls that you're residing in.
Yeah, because I don't know. I was watching something on this, but it was like very, very intense. Because like I don't know.
There's no proof to this, obviously, but it's just fucked because it's
hard to prove any of it, really. But like when they go, when like let's say you watch Ghost Hunters or whatever, and they go visit like a castle, like a 16th century castle that was involved in like one of the wars or something, and it's like, oh, it is said that one of the soldiers still roams these castle walls, and it's like, is it the spirit of the soldier or is it like the memory or that moment in time that's captured for whatever reason, still replaying?
How would it get captured?
Well, like whatever. Then you go into like different dimensions existing and shit.
Yeah,
so like,
okay.
I used to love those Ghost Hunter shows, and
best.
like now looking back, I'm like, but were they real?
You watch
like,
Ghost
were
Adventures?
They just like?
But why are they always scary? Like, why can't they be just chill, cool ghosts?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Like, why is it all ghost shows, ghost hunters, ghost this? Why is it always like chasing evil ghosts, or like the ghost is not happy you're here and he's pissed and he's gonna get you? Like, why can't it be like ghosts be like, yo, like what's up, you know?
What was the most like?
Deuce.
Like, let's smoke one together.
What was the most crazy like experience that you've had where you felt like maybe there was like
a spirit?
Or
I've seen shit for sure. There's one that stands out a lot for me.
I haven't,
but it's not.
I don't think so.
No, like there was one big one for me. Like it was a split second, but like I remember I was like a kid, and my mom had just finished like screaming at me because I did something really, really stupid. So I remember I like ran upstairs like crying. Because I was a kid and I like went into her bed and like you're crying and I put the covers over my head.
So cute.
Yeah, and I was just crying into the covers. I remember, and
this is like a year ago.
Yeah, so I was about like maybe 6 months ago. About 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So you know. Anyway, so I remember like feeling something like was it like me like
just let it out, man.
Mommy, I wanted the Nutella.
Justin, I'm not giving you the Nutella for your new apartment. You have to buy it. Fuck you.
You said.
Go on, come on.
Yeah. So I remember like being super sad, and my mom back then she used to scream at me, and like classic mom, like after 5 minutes come up to you and like, oh, I'm sorry, and like be like super nurturing like a mother would do and make sure you feel better, right? So I remember being under the cover and like her feeling like a poke, kind of like this, and I'm like, hey, it's my mom, like let me just get under the covers. And as soon as I lifted the covers, bro, there was like this huge demonic face in my like at me, and I was like, holy fuck. And right away I went back under the covers And then I just peeked and like it was gone. And I went downstairs and my mom was still in the kitchen. And I was like, holy fuck, bro, we're so fucked up. Like that shit still stands out to this day.
That's fucked.
We're so fucked. Yeah,
I am
so
in
fucked.
shock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's the
man.
only like
Not sleeping
crazy
tonight.
experience I've had. And like I
Like, why can't it be tits, bro? You know?
Like,
Like why
you
does it be
sure-
some like mean guy?
You sure there wasn't like a mirror right there?
no, it's my mom's room. I know it's the wall, but it's not even what I saw. It's the fact that I like remember feeling like somebody poked me like for real. You know, and then like this face was right there, and I was like, holy fuck! And it was like, bro, it was like 7 p.m. It wasn't even dark or anything, you know?
That's fucked, man.
Yeah, I was so fucked up.
Mine was weird. It was like, fuck. I at one point I moved to New Hampshire with my family, and we lived in a town called Portsmouth, and it was like one of the first towns like in the United States where like they came and settled. So there's old ass fucking houses there.
Like Indians slaughtered and shit.
Yeah. So we lived in a house that was fucking old. It was like made in 16 something, and like I remember being in my room, and I was on my computer. It was like a 98 Windows computer, fucking huge thing.
Windows 98. Remember that?
And I was just like, I don't know, on fucking AOL, but that was before MSN.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there, and then I just heard like right behind my ear, like, Oliver, you know, like clear as day. And I was like, yeah, because thinking it was going to be somebody there, like my brother or my mom. And I was like, yeah. And dude, nobody was there. And I was just like, that was like, it went like around, you know, and nobody was around. I was like, and then I got instantly fucking scared. Like I was like, no. And I like called my mom.
I wish
like,
we were by
where
a campfire right now. Yeah.
I was fucking scared. Like clearly, like right behind my ear, man.
Yeah,
Like
you know,
there's
like,
two explanations to this.
no, but
okay?
like you know, like you're not crazy. Like you heard it.
Yeah.
I felt it. Like
I
it
turned
was
around.
That's what I'm saying.
Expecting somebody there, and I was like, yeah,
Like
I'm
there's
like-
two I think two explanations to this. Either there's like your brain is creating the sound so you hear it. Like for some reason there's like a glitch in your ear and it creates like certain sound waves for your ear and you hear it, or there was someone there. But you know you heard it.
Yeah.
So like it's one of those two.
I wasn't
man.
expecting it. I wasn't, I wasn't
I
even
know.
thinking about ghosts.
So what is your reasoning for like me feeling it? Like it was an actual touch. Like I
It could be
felt
that maybe like in that moment your muscle had like a
spasm.
pressure point, or
Yeah.
it was a thing. You thought it was that, or it could be that someone was there. I'm not discrediting anything, but
scary.
you know what? I
Experiences.
don't fucking know.
It's strange because I've never had like actual ghost experiences. The craziest thing I've ever had was the sleep paralysis thing that I explained. But it's crazy because you hear so many stories from so many different people.
Bro, my sister used to see that shit
Yeah,
all
you
the
used to tell
time.
me,
I've told you that.
yeah.
My sister used to like to the point where she like almost became friends with like the little girl that would appear in her room. That she would, my sister would be awake.
Did she know her name?
No, but she would not even like. It happened so often that my sister wouldn't even be scared anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
you get used to
okay,
it.
like you're there, you know?
This is what I was gonna answer to you before, because you're like, how come it's always scary? I don't think that all spirits are frightening or mean to be frightening. I think a lot of the fright comes from the unknown.
They're just misunderstood, the ghosts.
Yeah, well, no, but yeah, it's funny, but yeah, but literally,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people being scared of ghosts and spirits comes from the fact that you don't know what it is, so like you're kind of scared of it. But once you get used to it, and it's like, well, it's just a little girl in my room, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you can possibly get to that point.
Yeah, like my
But-
sister used to tell me, she's like, yeah, okay, well, I saw her last night, and like she remembered like she would like get up from her bed and like sit down, my sister, so she knew she wasn't sleeping or dreaming. Like the girl's right there, like it was right there.
Yeah,
Like, okay, you know,
it's fucked, dude.
it's so fucked, man. But then
It's
again,
fucked
like I
up.
said, like my
Has
sister.
she seen it again?
Well, she moved out now. It's about 2 years. I should ask her, but I don't think so. She hasn't brought it up. But then again, the attic to my house was in her closet, you know. And like I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I mean, it could be a coincidence. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
We don't.
It's fucked.
We'll never know.
We'll know when we're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's too late. You can't even go back and tell your friends. Be like, dude,
You can't even
told
tell your
you.
friends.
Yeah.
I hope when you die, like there is like actually like everybody who died on the other side being like, oh, you made it. Like you gotta check out this
It's
life.
like- it's like in
even
This Is-
better.
it's like
I'm
in This Is the End.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
end when they go to heaven.
Don't
and-
worry, they'll get here. Like everybody's going. You know, we're
Yeah.
all coming. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
You're just partying, dude, when everybody was dying.
Yeah, it's so much nicer.
You get
Like,
hungover
I don't
in heaven.
know. That would
No,
be
you wouldn't even
sick.
be hungover.
I
Like,
think you're hungover in heaven.
just get like
Oh, so-
infinitely drunk. you know
Nah,
what I mean?
bro, they got like fucking fountains of youth and
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
Everything.
And
Where's-
this is and this is the end. When they all go to heaven at the end, and like he's like, wow, and like I forget his name. That like classic comedian black actor. That's funny guy, man. He plays
Kevin Hart.
No, he plays in Brooklyn
uh,
Nine-Nine.
The big guy there. Was
Oh yeah,
Matheson.
the car stealer.
Yeah, the car stealer.
The one
Yeah,
from
he plays in The
Pineapple
Office.
He's in the office.
Yeah.
Daryl.
He just
Daryl,
like,
yeah. He's
I love
the-
that
I
guy.
love-
That guy's amazing. Man.
Yeah, he's so good.
He just like makes two joints appear in like Seth Rogen and Jay Baruchel's mouth.
you
And, like,
realize
he sparks it with the halo.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's so good.
If you realize in that movie, he
good.
always has a towel over his shoulder.
Who?
That guy, that actor. The one from Matheson.
Oh yeah.
Matheson.
That guy's the best, man.
You ain't got no stab, motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Is there any more Jameson?
There's like a shot left.
Anybody want to do the honors or
Give it to Ollie and someone, you guys.
I don't want.
go for it? You want some?
I'm just thinking of driving.
Yeah.
Are you not drunk though?
No, I'm
Get a
good.
beer
I
and 2
feel
shots.
I'm thriving.
You're
Are you guys still
thriving.
saying that?
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
We thrive.
Yeah, you have to
We
thrive.
thrive.
I remember like hearing that and being like, "Wow, that's the new RDP word."
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
What else?
I was telling Justin the other day,
What
speaking of
else?
words, I was like, remember when supportive used to be a thing? Like when something was really chill, you're like, wow, supportive.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it wasn't like
It was
it
a
didn't.
little
It
I'll say
didn't.
Didn't spread far.
It didn't
enough.
really explode. You know, it didn't really.
It didn't
explode.
catch on.
It didn't catch
But
on.
it
It
was
was
a
a
thing.
runner up.
It was a thing though. It was like, wow, something's really chill. And you're like, wow, dude, supportive.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Hate was a
Bring
big
it back.
H was
Try
a
it
big
again.
one. H is
Never
a big one.
know.
Supportive. Is anybody having this? I'll take it.
one. Take it.
But I thought thriving was like, wow, that would be the next word for sure.
Because you
You're
thrive.
thriving.
Yeah.
You're just thriving always.
Think of all the words that have
It's a good
happened
word.
through
Yeah.
the ages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a nice thing to be like, I'm thriving right now.
Yeah,
Just
because when
say
you're
that to
when
someone.
you're
It's a different word that's like less used, but like still like a nice
yeah,
word.
it happens
you
so
know?
many times, man. Like we're especially with like Steve, for example. Like I'm on vacation with Steve, and like you have those moods where in the afternoon, like you're feeling a little more down, tired, and it's like like you're not thriving, and you'd be like, I'm sorry, man, I'm not thriving right now, bro. It's like, but listen, like you have to start thriving. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get on my level, you know. And then sometimes you'll be like,
That's the
Justin,
best way to put it.
I'm thriving, and then
Yeah.
that's it, man. Then
6 o'clock hits.
Yeah. Like there's Thrive Hour, there's
Yeah.
Thrive Alley. Like
Yeah.
if it's cold and like you need some sun, you have to go on Thrive Alley, which is like the side of the street that has a lot of sun.
No, if it's hot.
Mm.
No, if it's cold and you want sun, you want heat, you go on Thrive Alley where the sun's coming, where it's heated.
But we had it the
Because
opposite.
in Boston it was so hot that
Yeah.
Thrive Alley was the shade.
Yeah.
Like we have to go
So
thrive
wherever
in the
you
shade
thrive.
right now. Like it's too much.
Like we're thriving right now.
yeah.
Like,
Thriving can be anywhere though. You know what I mean? Like
You can thrive
thriving
anywhere.
is a energy state.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
Yeah.
And the best part is, and we were talking about this the other day, is when you realize that you're beginning to thrive. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's like the thrive is it's picking up.
Yeah,
And you know
exactly,
it's coming
exactly.
soon.
Yeah. You're like, okay, I'm riding
Yeah, go
this.
for it. I don't
Like
want
we were Justin and I were talking about this the other day. I was had like a I guess
Birthday
whatever.
shot.
Yeah, it's like fucking not even like a fucking quarter ounce.
Cheers.
There you go.
The blood of
To the big 2-9. You're fucking
Yeah, man.
You have,
Last year in my 20s, I got.
you don't have any more birthdays until 30.
That's crazy.
That's
really
sad.
put a
I
like,
feel
really
30,
make
though,
him
you
like
know.
feel
I
down.
I feel like I got that wisdom now. And
Yeah,
I
you
like
feel
it.
29?
Honestly, 28, 29 have been like the best feeling years because I
28.
You're
he's
still young.
Just turned 29. 29 has been the best year of my life. It's like
you're
4
still
hours.
young, but you're like, you know, you can still do dumb shit.
Yeah.
And
You're on the
you can get away
precipice.
with it. You're like,
You know what you are at 20 at
physically. You're
28?
like fucking strong. Like I don't know. I feel like as a man, like right in the early 30s.
You know what
like
that means,
at
Ollie?
at the peak.
You know what that means? It means you're thriving.
Yeah.
Like you're thriving at
Fucking
28.
yeah. I'm thriving right now.
Yeah, you're thriving right now. Like,
Every
right now
day
we're all
I'm
thriving.
Yeah.
I'm thriving.
Like you're thriving.
I'm thriving.
right
When
now.
you're quiet, you're not thriving. When you're excited, you're thriving.
It's
You
funny
could be
'cause-
quiet and thriving though.
It
Yeah,
depends.
yeah,
It's only you could because I've had
But
moments.
you'll know if the guy's thriving when you make a joke on him and he like continues the joke
Yeah.
and then he goes back to
Yeah.
being quiet, but it's okay.
Like I've throve like listening to music, but like being quiet.
Yeah.
throw.
Like I'm
You know?
thriving.
Like you're thriving.
Yes, music is like the quintessential like quiet thrive
Like
moment.
sunsets and
Mm.
AVA, like that's you thrive.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like on top of in Banff, like
I had an
everybody
epiphany.
was I put
Yeah.
AVA on for like the sunset, and like everybody was just thriving.
yeah.
Like it
Wow.
was so fucked. What a that was such a
That was
beautiful
that was a
moment.
Best
beautiful
band.
moment. Yeah,
Oh,
you made me
what a
rethink my entire life that day.
Ah, so
Dude,
nice,
I had
man.
tickets to go see them,
this year. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
and
Me
the
too.
fucking COVID hit, and like,
It
is
was
he
supposed to be
coming
in May.
back? Is he coming back?
Yeah.
Did you hear his new song?
So
Ah.
so bad.
I know. It's
so
not.
bad.
I think I tuned in
Terrible.
for a second and I was like, come on, Tom.
I know. He gets
Don't
me
do it.
so mad.
The thing is, Tom
Don't
is
sell.
so Tom. That's the thing, is that when he makes
Thomas.
he's so
Thomas.
Tom. And so you listen to him and you're like, dude, like,
Yeah,
I want you
chill
to
on
be
the things.
Tom, but like chill on the Tom.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Chill.
yeah.
Chill on the fucking
Be Tom, but not that Tom.
Not that Tom.
Right? He went, I don't know, man. I think sometimes he posts videos of himself. and
Tom
he's just
DeLonge.
kind of like twitching out a lot. I'm like, are you on drugs, man? Like, what's going on?
Well, we
Like,
saw him live. Went to Boston.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We had close up view, and like the guy twitches like an animal. Like it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like, the
he's,
guy's
like,
his
kinda-
eye is always fucking twitching. And
He's
his
just-
excuse was,
It's because like his earpiece, like he had to like open his jaw. He would do this
yeah, like,
all the time.
all the
he's
time.
fucking.
I think he's just fucked.
Like, you know when
buzzing.
you're in a plane, you
Yeah.
have to like pop your ear.
Yeah, that's his
Dude,
excuse.
he's
for being
buzzing his
fucked up.
balls.
You saw him on Joe. You ever seen him on Joe Rogan when
Still
he?
great.
When he
Yeah, I
was
watched
talking-
that. I was like,
It was cringe, man.
Yeah, but he was
Toward the
spitting
end,
facts,
He was
bro.
spitting. Yeah, now yeah.
Yeah.
Now you realize, holy fuck. he was
After
right.
fucking what's his name got on?
Yeah.
what's that?
Bob Lazar. Because he was
Lazar,
talking
yeah.
all about Bob Lazar
Yeah,
and like the
yeah.
the UFOs
That's true.
and,
Like everything he said, kind of like eventually.
Was true.
Panned
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
panned out. It's just because like he had nothing to back up and he wasn't allowed to like.
He just
Say mo-
sounds like
He was able
crazy.
to like tell you what it was, but couldn't tell you why.
Yeah.
So like it's like, bro, like you just sound like a fucking like
Psychopath.
Yeah.
a fucking aluminum foil head guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
aluminum foil. head.
Aluminum.
What are those
foil
guys?
head.
What are those called? The tin heads, tin hats, tin hat guys.
Yeah.
I don't get the analogy.
Because they have tin hats, like,
Yeah,
like
like
aluminum foil, so like they protect themselves from like the
It's
5G
a term
waves
for a
and shit.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People, are you fucking serious?
It's a joke. It's like a
It's like a slur for someone who's a conspiracy theorist.
yeah, like you're a tin
a
hat.
tin foil hat person.
Love
Yeah,
learning
tinfoil
new things
hat,
every
that's
day.
it.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yo, can I ask
yeah.
No.
I wanted to ask you this
No.
question. I asked Justin on the phone the other day. This is completely off topic, but I really want to ask it.
Is it serious?
It's a serious question. Okay. Off topic, but do you think that farts would be unacceptable, socially taboo the way they are if they didn't smell? I was talking about this with Justin on the phone the other day, and I'm like, I want to bring this up on the podcast.
My answer is no.
I think so.
They would be as taboo or they wouldn't be taboo?
They would.
I don't think so.
Same sound, a smell, just not the bad one. Socially taboo or not socially taboo?
I think they would be as taboo as a burp.
Yeah. But burps aren't taboo.
Well,
I
yeah.
think
Look,
they
when
are,
I
yeah.
burped, you guys all reacted,
Yeah. I'll get pissed, man.
No,
Yeah.
I don't actually care.
but there's still a reaction.
Well, it's a little bit like
We're at the
rude
table.
more
Yeah,
than anything
yeah.
else. It's
That's
not
exactly it. We're at the table.
Yeah. So I think
my
it would be
God.
on the.
It's like my father.
It would be this.
My ex taught me that. She fucking had
my
me
father.
It would be at the same level. I think it's just no one would be like, "Oh my God, what's that?"
Is
smell?"
your question, would it be gross? Or would it be taboo? What is it?
Would they be gross if they didn't smell?
no
Okay,
gross?
It would be taboo because it's rude, but it wouldn't be gross.
I think it would still be
Mm.
gross,
I don't
but it
think
wouldn't be
so.
as gross.
I don't feel like burps are gross though.
Would you want someone burping in your face?
No, because it's like loud and obnoxious, not because it's like gross. I'm not like fucking.
gross.
I'm not
But
like
why is it like?
You never
smelling
smelled
shit.
burp?
It's
Sometimes
gross.
they
Yeah, sometimes they're
smell
bad.
like what they're
Oh,
eating.
some of them are,
Yeah.
are dirty
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Dirty.
It's like,
dirty
oh,
burps.
stinky burp.
Tino before he went vegan used to have crazy bad burps. man.
Ooh.
Tino before he went vegan used to burp in the car and you're just like you would smell it and you're like T like what the fuck? It's
Yeah.
like onions and garlic and you're like what did you eat? You know what I
The
mean?
worst is, man, I live with people that had really smelly feet, you know? I was
Yeah.
like, come on, man.
You know what we call that?
On, man?
Shower.
No,
Their
it's not the
shoes
shower,
just
it's
like
the
a
shoes, it's
fucking
the shoes.
sour
The shoes,
smelling.
yeah.
I'm like,
Bro, if you step in a puddle,
It's because you live on
Quit
fucking
bringing that around the
hippie
house.
village, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what we call that?
I just had drug addict friends who were just, fucking sweating away
It's a case
and
of
getting
the,
smelly.
it's a case of the stinkies.
Yeah.
it's the stinkies. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you step in a puddle with your shoes, you're done
Yeah.
for like at least a year.
But
because
you don't even
those
have
shoes
to
are
step in
finished.
a puddle. Sometimes if you just have your socks on, like I find it happens to me often when I have the underneath the ankle socks, like kind of the what are they
Yeah.
called, the sockets or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah.
Those, if I'm walking around in shoes with those on for like a full day, and I'll get home, it reeks.
It's because they're thin, so the sweat like
They
seeps through your
smell,
sock.
dude.
I
You're
hate
just
doing
like-
that. I hate wearing
hate it.
shoes without socks.
I hate it. No, without
Oh,
socks,
no.
with sockets.
With sockets. dude.
Oh, sorry. I
Like
thought you were
ankle-
talking about
like-
like the Toms.
Like ankle socks.
Yeah, yeah. No.
Remember
Socks,
Toms?
socks are the best, man.
Socks are the best.
Socks are the best.
I love fucking socks.
Yeah.
Who invented socks? What came first, the sock or the glove? Definitely the sock.
What came first, the sock or the shoe?
I really love socks. Like,
I would say the shoe came first before the sock.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the sock was more like of
Accoutrement.
yes, an accoutrement.
Is that a word?
I don't even know.
It's a complimentary good. It's a
Yeah,
complimentary
it came
product.
after, It's like, you know what, like I could be more comfortable, so let me just invent like a cushion between my foot and the shoe.
Came first.
I knew.
Yeah, for sure. Because people were walking around on rocks and shit, and they were like cutting their feet.
Yeah.
So shoe came first, but then they were like, "Fuck, my feet smell." So they came out with like a piece of cloth to put.
Yeah, or it's like, oh, like my foot is rubbing too much on the shoe and it's making me like bleed. Let me just put like a layer between. Layers.
But like a nice sock is nice though. Like you have to have a sock that hugs the foot properly.
It's nice, a nice sock.
Sometimes you get a sock and they're loose and you're just like,
oh yeah. The worst is when you put on a sock and you step like in a puddle.
Yeah.
Like right away, your whole day's ruined.
Oh yeah. You're just like, wow. Like I just put these socks on for nothing right now.
I'm pissed.
When did that ever happen to you?
It's like boxers versus briefs.
That's happened. Like let's say you put on your socks, you go back in the washroom that you just took a shower in.
Oh, and it's wet.
There's wet.
Oh,
and you just stepped in it. You're like, I'm changing everything. I'm taking another shower.
Yeah, you're done.
It's true.
What is a brief, Josh?
Okay, what do you guys wear here? Boxers or briefs?
We're boxers.
I'm commando 24/7.
Briefs are the tight
No,
ones,
you're
right?
Bro, I'm commando 24/7.
Boxers are the tight ones. No,
Wait.
wait a minute. No,
Hold on.
I might be wrong.
I feel like
Check it
briefs are like are briefs underwear?
Can't you buy boxer briefs? Isn't that what it's called?
Boxer
out.
briefs.
So yeah, I think you might be right actually. So what I'm talking about is
Underwear.
tight boxers or like the loose boxers. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
Tights. all the way.
briefs are snug and extend down to your leg,
Yes.
to your thighs.
Yes.
And boxers have the same length but are much looser.
Yes, briefs.
There we go.
All
Yeah.
the
So
way.
briefs. Yeah.
So like
briefs.
boxers are like those classic, like when
Yeah.
you go to like a joke shop and they got like a
They're almost
funny
like
fade.
shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like
It's like when girls wear them, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
We're all like, yeah.
I like a nice fucking thigh on a girl, dude.
Yeah. It's nice and nice.
Nothing like those fucking
booty shorts.
Lululemon fucking
Tights.
Oh, man, shit, those fuck me up, man.
Yeah.
We had a full convo about this
Lululemon?
last night.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
like
Dude, tights in general, man. If you're wearing tights, you're
God
automatically
bless
out by
that
like
shit,
3
man.
points.
I love Lululemon. I love the whole like fat bar they have on top
yeah,
of the tight.
everything
Like,
about
it's
it,
like,
man.
Everything about it, man.
Gets me going, man.
Yeah.
But
But you know what?
they're hard to take off though.
A lot of
They're very tight.
They are hard to take off. Like, bro,
Fuck.
why do you don't wear these tights?
Yeah.
Wear them, but like don't
wear them, but like, make
like,
them
don't
easier.
wear
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot
so
of
frustrating, bro.
girls, dude,
You
like
have to take them off by the feet, because you don't want them
Yeah, yeah.
inverting.
This oh my god! Remember when we had the epiphany about like taking off a girl's top? And
Yeah,
like,
and I
oh
was
my
doing
God,
it wrong.
I've been doing it wrong the whole time. Remember?
Yeah, because
do
like
it?
we were talking about summer dresses.
No, we're talking about tank tops and about how like I like to use like the tank top on a girl to like as a saddle when I'm like ramming them.
Yeah,
you know, let's
okay.
say as like
Yeah.
as like a
Yeah, like
holder.
leverage.
Same here, brother.
Yeah, you just grab the.
Well, it's let's say like it's
Yeah.
almost like a belt at one
Yeah.
point, and you could grab onto
The whole
right?
back,
The
yeah.
whole- and and
Yeah.
like you
Yeah,
were saying how
that's
like
great.
you take it off.
Yeah, so like I had this like this happened to me like once where like the girl's wearing a tank top
Yeah.
and he would say like he's like I just pull it down
Yeah,
and
it's
then
a
like
tank top.
ram them and then use it. And I was like, bro, I was like the last time I did that, like I had the girl take it off but like arms in the air.
Like,
So we're
imagine
like in the
a
middle of a makeout sesh and I'm taking off her tank top, but it's like it's going like rubbing up against her face and she's like has her hands in the air, like kills the moment, you know? It's just like, bro, that's so
Like for
retarded.
convenience, you would like take it off on the shoulder and it would come down. That's what
Yeah.
I do anyways for convenience. And Leo was just like,
You know why I did that though? Is
So
because like I want them to be completely naked.
I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Really?
for
so
sure.
I don't want
get
it
you.
around
Okay,
their
wow.
waist. I want
I was
all
having this-
skin.
I
was having
understand
this
for
discussion.
sure.
I don't get that.
What
I
do you mean?
love like outfits and whatever. Like keep that shit on.
Like one piece of
I
clothing
like-
still on.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's like an outfit, obviously I'm down.
Because I find like even with underwear, like it just shapes everything nicer. It's
Oh,
just
man.
visually more
Lace
spe-
is like one of the best things ever.
I just love looking at it.
I like when they have. I like when they still have their bra on.
Yeah.
Turns me
For
on.
sure.
Fuck. Because it's like there's still something there. I like the back. Like when a
the-
girl's turned around and her bra is still on, like just the kind of that strap down, and the
Yeah.
strap around the back. That turns me on so
Yeah.
much, man.
I mean, I have to see your tits
Very
like, right
visual.
now.
My
though.
favorite bra right now are like the bralettes. You ever see those?
What is that?
They're like the ones that
My
like
ex
they
was
have
big
no
on that.
support. They're like no support. They almost
Mm.
I don't know how to
No,
explain
there's no.
it.
They're,
They're like the American Apparel
It's like
bras.
strapless.
No, they're strapped, but like
Yeah.
they just like
It's not like a wire.
not-
it's like
I'm-
underwear for your tits.
I'm not
Yeah.
crazy about the strapless.
Yeah, I know what
figure.
you're
I don't
talking
like
about.
them that much.
Well, it depends what you're wearing.
No, I'm not
I like the
crazy.
straps.
I like the straps.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
It's
mean,
more
can't
to
wear that
take
with
off.
can't wear
It's
that
more
with
to
a
take off. Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. Subconsciously,
nice.
you could
I
take
think
them
you
off.
just love tits, man.
I like
Yeah.
naked women. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Skin to skin is my favorite thing.
Skin on skin action.
Oh, bro.
Penetration. That's always nice.
Yeah, penetration is like obviously nice, but
Underrated.
no.
Definitely not underrated.
Yeah, skin to skin.
It's always different, you know. With everybody, it's like such a different experience. It's like everybody. It's funny hearing about what people are sexually into because everybody has such a different thing, you know. Some things are like
we all have a base.
Yeah,
I feel like for guys, but like we all like kind of explore into
like
our
the
own
base
thing,
is like naked chick.
Yeah.
And then like everything after is just like it branches out.
Yeah.
So the base is like, okay, we all love tits, we all
like
love ass,
I
so
love
that's
a
the
girl
base.
on top of me. Like that's one of my favorite things. And I was talking to Marco, and he's like, no, fuck that. I do everything. Like I just want to, you know.
Yeah, I feel like Marco's is a fucker,
you
bro.
see, I'm with Marco. I don't like it when the girl's on top. That's personal. That's personal. Like I'll never be able to come with a girl on top. We spoke about this on the podcast, like episode 5. I don't know if it's gravity, bro, or something, but I can just. The girl's on top. I don't know what it is.
Maybe
it's not
it's
that it
the
doesn't
girl,
feel good.
man.
No, it's not that it doesn't feel good. I just can't jizz. That's what it is. I don't know why.
No, I've
you know?
not doing the move.
I've been known to jizz for a rider.
No, maybe I don't know. I think it's just gravity.
But it's true. We were talking about this the other day, actually, you and I. And like, aside from sex, like, guys will look for like certain things, like you're saying, and like for me, a big thing is like, it's gonna sound stupid, or maybe you're not, but like the way you kiss. You know what I mean? Like
that tells the whole story.
Oh man,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like I was telling him, like, it's happened so often where like I'll go to make out with somebody, and it's just like, oh my god, like you're using too much lip or too much like neck or like chin or whatever. You know what I mean? Like. It's just you have to like kind of be in. It's like dancing. You kind of have to be in
You have to be in sync.
sequence.
I've
never had a real bad makeout. Honestly,
not bad, but
have,
there's good
man.
ones versus bad ones.
I've had bad
like
ones.
like there's certain things some girls will do over others that are like okay, super chill. But like I've never been like, wow, this was terrible.
Some girls don't know how to be in sync, and I don't know if it's just because they don't know how to be in sync or if they're just not in sync with you.
Yeah, like are
Yeah.
we just not
that.
matching right now?
Yeah,
That's
I always
what
wonder
think
that.
it is.
It's like
It's frustrating.
We all have different kissing styles too. That's why sometimes you just don't match with the other person. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it's people like it more like aggressive, more rough kissing. You like it a little bit more like smooth.
But
or
it's
whatever,
even
soft.
more like, I don't know. There's even more detail there. It's like, it's not just about being aggressive or smooth. I feel like there's a whole fucking orchestra.
Yeah, it's an energy, man.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like the best makeouts are when you're both down. Like you know when you're both like really down.
Yeah, for sure.
Like those, like you're not even thinking of it, bro.
Yeah.
It's just you're in it.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
You know, there is too much tongue. There is not enough tongue. Like there has to be.
You know
like,
what I love?
everything has to be like good.
When they fucking the bottom of your lip, they bite the bottom of your lip.
Yeah.
Those down ones, those are
Those
are
down ones, those are good ones. When the girl's down, and you're not raping them. Yeah, they're really chill.
Exactly,
Hey,
yeah. It's really
When the
nice.
girl's down?
Nice when it's consensual.
It's nice when it's consensual.
Yeah.
it feels like cinematic, you know. You fucking feel like what's his name?
Owl City. It's his new album, Cinematic.
Oh my god.
That's a lucid dream, no?
Yeah.
I love when life feels like a movie. It constantly does.
It's
You ever have, like,
that's
those-
thriving.
Yeah, you're thriving. Like you have those moments where you have to like kind of like snap out of it because you're like, this is not real, or like you feel like you're kind of in a movie or somewhere else. I don't know if you guys ever experienced that. You have to like snap out of a moment.
Elaborate, man.
I can't give you details.
Okay.
You know, just like maybe one day you're just like, I don't know, you're
You're not talking about daydreaming.
like almost, yeah, but like it feels really, really real. You know, like I don't know, you're listening to
So
a
it's all
song.
in your head.
Yeah, it's all, of course it's in your head.
Okay.
You know?
But you meant like what was going on.
Well, yeah, you know, it could be for both things. Like for me, it happens a lot of times. Like I actually remember once I was talking to like Totsi, and like it was my sister's boyfriend, and we are talking about the lottery, for example, classic. How what would you do with the lottery, right? And we got so deep into the conversation of the lottery, of what we would do with the money, that it almost felt like I was gonna win that lottery.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Okay,
And I
yeah.
almost felt like the money was coming.
I had
and,
no
like,
idea what
I
the fuck
was
you were
gonna-
talking about until you said that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought about the lottery in that way in many times.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like
like,
you have to
I
snap
feel
out of it.
like
It's like, I'm not
I
gonna
could
win
win
this.
the lottery.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Somebody you went to high school with wanted recently, by the way.
Whom?
I'll tell
And you always hear those stories. It's
Shut
like, people
up.
win.
I
It's
swear
like,
to God.
what?
25K.
Who won?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who that is. That's not winning the lottery.
Well,
It's not life changing.
$25,000 still $25,000.
It's not life changing.
It's not, but like I could do it quite a little bit with 25,000. You know what I mean?
That's
moment
That's
changing.
winning the lottery for me.
Yeah, it's
for
like
sure.
year changing.
Yeah.
It's not life changing. It's year changing.
It's nice. It definitely helps you through your things. You could invest that money and grow it.
Yeah.
But it's
Mm.
not life changing.
No,
You didn't
it's
win $1 million.
No.
It's not-
Semi-annual changing. You know what I mean? Like.
Even a
It's semi-annual.
million's fucking small these days.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you
What?
could blow through $1 million and like no problem.
Oh yeah. The guys, 100%.
Guys. With the guys, they'll go blow like 40 grand on like one night out.
Yeah.
Just because you
Yeah.
could.
Just because you could.
Yeah. You know. It's I just call hookers and like just pop.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. There's a lot of hookers.
Yeah.
It's funny how guys' minds just always go there. You know what I mean? Like
just towards alcohol and sex.
If a girl wins $1 million, it's like, oh my god,
let's go shopping.
Yeah, let's go shopping.
That's like it's fuck whores.
Yeah, guys, like call a fucking prostitute. You know, like Jesus Christ. You know,
Nice.
let's pay for sex.
Not to be like the adult, but I would like never spend money on that if I won the lottery.
No, you don't. First of all, if you're a millionaire, you don't have to fuck prostitutes. You're gonna fuck regular chicks.
Yeah.
Because you're so loaded, they're gonna just flock towards you.
That's a good point.
You don't have to pay.
It's why you don't see many male prostitutes. You see more so women prostitutes because the market is there.
Yeah.
We also don't know about the male ones unless you do.
I've tried to call every now and then and they don't pick up. So.
Quick hand.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Gigolos, they're called.
Nothing like a good quick hand job by a guy because they know what they're doing.
I imagine that.
Kind of makes sense.
Like,
I feel that's the fucked up part. It makes sense.
Yeah. They know.
I feel like a gay dude would probably blow me way better than
Bro, like, yeah.
probably.
Like, yeah.
You know.
Okay, we're going to try it and we're going to get back to each other.
Okay, so the homework this week is to get a gay guy to blow you, or we're going to see what's better.
Bro, I wish.
On episode 58 of
I almost wish we did this. It'd be fucking hilarious.
There's one guy who follows me. I know he'll be excited. About that. Every now and then he'll like, hey, like, I don't know, he said something. I'm like, I'm still straight. He's like,
I'll hit you up when I'm not.
I had this bisexual guy hit on me, and I think I
Flattering.
asked him.
I go with it though. I love it. Like I just play with them a little bit. But
yeah. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, he was Italian too. So
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, yeah, I have the best worlds. I have the fish and the sausage. He said something like that. I was like, oh my
Nice.
god, man.
Love it.
Yeah, that's
Find
like,
people who brag like that though, are the ones who get like nothing though. It's like I have it all, and it's like so you haven't fucked in like a year or two. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I love when men hit on me though. I find it's very
it's very flattering.
It
Yeah.
is.
Like, oh
Very-
shit.
It's very validating.
yeah, it's an ego booster if it's a guy or a girl, like to you yourself. It's like, oh, good looking, that's cool.
I remember I did karaoke in New York City at like this in the village. In the village, and I like ripped Frank Sinatra. And I remember after I did that, like I was in a circle of like men, and I was just talking to them. And then my ex at the time, she's like, "Yeah, you remember where we are, right?"
You got it wrong.
I'm like, "What's wrong? We're just hanging out." And she's like, "Yeah, but we're getting fun." And I realized I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, these guys are being aggressive."
They want
with
to
me."
suck my cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot where I was. I was just having a blast.
You know?
I just want to talk about like an epiphany that I had that I wanted to bring up before. There was like something that I've kind of realized, and how can I say this? I've come to the realization that I do too much for outcome, and I want to change that.
Yeah.
So like everything I do in life is always for something, and that takes away the joy of actually doing the thing of what it is. So let's say it's like karaoke. I want to go do karaoke, but I want to do karaoke because either I want to get over it, like there's an outcome, or I want to do it because I want to show off, even though my voice isn't good. But like, let's say someone. So I'm like trying to, like I've seen the fault in my mind, and I'm like just trying to change it. I just want to like express it because I feel like expressing it helps you become more aware. So yeah, there it is. I don't know if you guys ever had the same thing.
I feel like
Like to me,
anything-
one of the main examples is like, especially with girls, like you meet a new girl and the one thing you want is to fuck her, and because of that, you're not enjoying that moment with her. And like I
But
feel like
that's-
I'm losing out so much on like little moments in life because I'm always looking. Like I was even thinking about studying.
That's what's
I
hard
was
about
like-
first dates, man. It's tough, like to navigate around that for sure.
Yeah, it's like if you can go
Yeah.
in without any outcome and
But
just
if you don't,
enjoy
if
the
you,
moment.
if you go in there expecting like tonight, like I might not get laid, like you're gonna just, you're gonna just go with it and you're gonna like live for the moment, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, like go in there without even caring if that does. Go in there because
Yep.
it's nice to enjoy to meet someone new.
Yeah, like you
and
should
have
be
a new
going in there and be like, you know
conversation.
what, like I'm gonna meet somebody new and we're gonna see if we're gonna hit it off. And if I get laid, amazing,
Yeah.
fantastic. If I don't get laid, well, like I kind of expected that. You know?
Yeah.
So that's how it should be for everything.
I think
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that it comes with a mindset of being down for something. Because if you go into anything with any type of social interaction with somebody with a mindset of like, I'm not down for anything. Like, everybody's in that. There's always people who are in that mode where it's like, I'm not down for anything serious. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want commitment, blah, blah, blah. You go into that social interaction with, I don't want anything more. So that inevitably puts you in the mindset of, well, I don't really care who this person is. I kind of just want to fuck them. You know what I mean? But if you go into those types of situations with the mindset of like, well, look, if it goes somewhere, and I'm down for that. I don't mind. Then you automatically get yourself into the mindset of, well, look, if we don't fuck tonight, it doesn't matter. Like the whole goal of tonight is to get to know who this person is. And I've been trying to be honest with you, in the last few months, I've been trying to actively work on that, where it's like, not that I ever have bad times on dates or anything like that, but it's just like being in the mindset of like, this is to get to know a person. It's not to fuck them. It's not to do it. That comes after, if it does come at all. But it's about getting to know who. Not
even that. It's just to enjoy interacting with another human being.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the fact of like getting to know them. Maybe you won't get to know them, but like that doesn't matter. It's just like enjoying that experience. I've noticed this with like studying too. Like I only study for good grades. And it's like I'm not even learning at this point because all I'm trying to do is outcome oriented, and I'm like almost like upset at myself for it because it's like, bro, like it's taking away the joy.
It's like working out, man. Like like all those muscle bodybuilders, they always tell you like the classic, like enjoy the journey. But like we go to the gym to work out because we want to get jacked. And you just
want to get jacked.
Like it's like you're almost pissed that you're not jacked right now.
Yeah.
I just curled like 50s. Why am I not fucking shredded? But no, it's like you have to like enjoy
the struggle or like
enjoy
just
it,
go through it.
And that's how we also get discouraged from going to the gym because we know that like, okay, well I'm going there 4 times a week. I'm pumping all these weights. I'm upping my weights. I'm hitting PRs, and it's like I'm not getting bigger, but it's like you have to enjoy the fact that you're hitting PRs and that you're getting stronger.
Yeah.
Like that should be in itself should be enough for you because you are getting stronger. You're making progress. Maybe it's not the progress you want right now, but it's still there, man. So you have to kind of like just,
Luckily, my results show real quick. I'm like
at the gym.
Instantly, yeah.
I feel like you get shredded fast.
He's super lean, though.
I do, man.
Yeah. He's super
lean. Pretty crazy. Like a week, I'm just like, I'm not
fucking shredded, dude.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad, for those jeans. Maybe.
Thanks, Dad, for those jeans.
What are we guessing right now?
Now we're 47.
I'm going to go an hour. I can't see. And I'm going to go an hour 58.
Okay, really up me by 10 minutes.
Guess how much time we're in the pod?
2 hours.
An hour 45.
Oh, my God. Yes.
When you said it, I got a semi.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, you won. Did you win?
Yeah.
What did you say?
An hour 47.
No, you're over, though.
Yeah, but I still won.
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
I'm still the closest.
Nice.
Really guess.
I never win.
You can guess the time, but you can't estimate it.
No.
No.
You can guess the time, but you can't estimate.
You can guess, but you can't estimate.
You can guess, but you can't estimate, bro.
Yeah.
You could bring a guess, but you can't bring an estimate.
You can't bring a guest.
You could bring a guess.
A guess.
Yeah, but you can't bring a guess. You could guess.
You could guess.
But you can bring in a guess, but you can't bring an estimate.
You could come there already with a guess in mind, but you can't have an
Talking
estimate.
about the green glass door.
Yeah, can't bring an estimate in mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You could bring guess.
Why is it called the green glass door?
We're not saying it. No, we're not saying it.
Figure it out, bro.
We're gonna figure it out. I'll tell you after, but we're not gonna say it on this.
Well, say no. Everybody's gonna wonder what the fuck we're talking about in this podcast.
Too bad.
No, that's the point.
We
Fuck
don't
that,
give a
man.
fuck.
We're gonna figure it out.
Fuck our viewers.
Don't say it. That's the whole point of this.
No, the whole point was to go through the whole fucking podcast doing the game and then explain it at the end to everybody.
Nah.
That's what she said. That's what I remember hearing.
Oh, I don't care.
That you were gonna explain at the end of the podcast.
That's what Josh said.
Yeah.
That's not what we said.
I was excited.
You fucking agreed with me.
I definitely didn't agree.
I didn't agree.
We're gonna go back. I didn't.
You definitely agreed with me.
I was excited to learn about it.
I'll tell you after.
And it's my birthday.
I'll tell you after.
No,
his birthday wish is that we explain it on the podcast. That's his birthday wish.
Listen, it's 2v2, so I have to just fight to the death.
I want to ask you something.
He counts for 2 because it's his birthday.
Sure.
What matters more, the outcome or the journey?
The journey.
Don't you want to explore the journey of getting there than just the outcome?
When you finally
we just spoke about this.
Yeah, when you finally guess the riddle, when you guess the riddle, it feels so good.
Yeah, once it starts clicking.
Yeah, once it clicks and you finally figure out what the fuck we're talking about, like it's such a feeling.
Yeah. Well, there goes naming the podcast the Green Glass Door.
Perfect.
We can still name it that.
We could.
Yeah.
I'm pissed now.
We could do what we
care
want,
if you're
guys.
Pissed.
It's our pod.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck you, motherfuckers.
The Green Glass Door. Brought to you in part by Be on the Bench.
And that's it, guys.
Okay, another 10 minutes of outro. Let's go.
Thank you so much for joining this week's episode of Beyond the Bench.
I'm going to do my thing, though, first.
Episode 57. A special guest tonight, Justin, explaining to you what kind of merch we have.
Yeah, we have merch. I forgot your hoodie again. But in my defense, I wasn't home today.
Man.
I wasn't home, though. But what you're going to do is on the way home, you're going to follow me to my house. I'm on the way to your house. I'll give it to you.
On your way home, you're going to follow me to my house.
Yeah, he lives like a 5-minute drive from me. Or I'll bring it to you tomorrow. I don't know if you're working.
No,
I wasn't home today.
I
didn't. I went to my mom's to eat and shit.
I'll get it. I don't feel like tonight.
I want to bring it. Like I want to bring it to you, man. Like
I'm not driving to your house.
I have hoodies like just
I just want to get in my car and just go to fucking destination B from A.
From A to B. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
I'll bring it
No
to you tomorrow.
C's.
No, zero
None
C's.
of that.
Yeah. So we have hoodies, crew necks, different colors. Things
Just
like that.
buy them.
Just buy them. They're super comfortable.
I
A lot
saw-
of positive feedback.
I saw some nice colors on
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, on people, you see.
Surprised.
All the colors of the rainbow.
We've actually been getting so much positive feedback from it, and you're gonna like it a lot. I know you will. I'm not even just saying that.
Yeah.
People are buying more because they're comfortable. People are seeing them on other people, so they're buying more. Yeah.
I love them, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Episode 57, November 5th. What? 7th?
Yeah.
November 7th.
57, November 5th.
The year is 2348. The year of our Lord. Thank you very much. If you want to follow us on the socials, at Beyond the Bench 3. If you want to follow our guest on the socials, what's your...
Ollie J.
Ollie_J.Martins.
Yeah, underscore and a dot.
Yeah, you didn't
Wow.
tell me this before.
Was that important? I don't know.
It kind of is if you want people to
Yeah.
follow you, but anyway.
And that's it. You
Doesn't
know, guys,
matter.
listen.
Ollie_J.Martins.
Martins. Yes.
Yes.
Regardless of what happens with the elections in the States, Justin Pietrantonio 2024.
I would be the best fucking president. Okay, I don't care.
You
guys
think
can joke,
so?
but I would be the best.
It's not an easy job.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's not easy. I
So
would-
what do you think would make you good?
First of all, would legalize marijuana federally. That's
It
number
already
one,
is?
and no, not in. As a president, not as a.
Okay, you're
prime
talking about the
minister.
States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it. You know, just everyone's gonna be high, and everyone's gonna be happy. So.
United States of thriving.
the United States of.
Fuck yeah.
Who's
Mr.
gonna
President,
win?
we've been invaded by Iran. It's okay. We can smoke weed. Don't worry
Guys,
about
who's
Bro,
gonna
just
win the
give
election?
Iran weed. They're not
Think
gonna invade us
Biden.
in the first place.
I think
Yeah.
Biden's gonna
I don't know
take
who's
it.
winning. I don't know.
You want me to check right now? Let me
No.
just check.
it. Well,
No.
Biden's up, but there's still a lot to count.
That would be a relief.
If
And my
he
stock
if
should
he
go up.
gets Nevada, which he's up, he wins.
Did he get Pennsylvania?
No, it's
Ooh.
Trump. You still.
Trumpy.
He's Biden's up in Pennsylvania, which is was one of the few that's still left to count.
Isn't he don't
In
they have?
in Nevada, sorry.
Don't they have one of the most?
So Nevada's still being counted. It's at 84%,
Yeah,
and
he's
PA, NC, and GA
Yeah,
are all
Pennsylvania-
red.
Pennsylvania, Georgia, and South Carolina are all red. Trump's up. Biden's up in Nevada by like a point, I think.
You know what I find? Who cares? I don't even feel like talking about
Yeah, fuck this shit, man. I hate talking about politics.
It's like sports. I was watching it yesterday a little bit.
Aye.
It's like I was watching the Super Bowl. There's a guy at a screen with like a marker, and he's like, "Well, you know what? If Biden wins here in Nevada, what we're gonna see is a whole Republican Senate shift over to the side here in South Carolina, where Trump's up by about 2 points. And what we're gonna have to see here in the next couple of days, folks, is a couple of mail-in ballots. They're gonna be counted very, very late. This might go on a Saturday or Sunday, and what we'll see is a winner by next week." And it's just like, what am I watching?
Holy shit! There's your calling right there,
Bro,
man.
how good is he in this shit?
Yeah.
That's fucking
He's just there, he's
killer,
like
man.
drawing on the fucking board. It's like, we have here about a 244 spread here between the Nevada states here.
You ever hear him do Drake on the sidelines?
Yeah, checking the sidelines is gold, man.
No,
I'll
I
show you
didn't
after.
hear
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Guys, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I wish you a very good evening, and I will always love you.
And
Beyond
I didn't realize your eyes are green.
What?
You guys are green.
How long have I known you?
You know
Bro,
what's-
I just realized.
You know what's funny? I told him that last week when we were watching the UFC fight. I'm like, your eyes are green, and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? I've only known
But
you
you know
15
why?
years."
It's because there's direct light coming
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
Yes.
my eyes change color. If I'm hungover, they're more green than they are brown. But they're
When
Moody.
they're hungover, they're
Yeah.
more green than
Yeah.
brown. It's all the fucking cash, Bell.
The
Get
more
some
cash
bats,
I make, the greener my eyes. Is that what it is? Right?
The more cash.
All right, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao.
Ciao, 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 ciao.